Good afternoon, everybody. Dan Man Walking 55 here, back with you again. Life is starting to turn to normal today. I'm back. I get to sleep in my house now for a bit. No, still we got a long way to go. But Grandma Man Walking has left the rehab center and to the next stage of the journey. So thank you, everybody, for thoughts, prayers, and everything else that you do out there. We appreciate the support. Mrs. will tell you, I have probably been having streaming withdrawals very soon. Maybe I don't have a lot of, I'll be back to Fortnite. I'm so far behind on Fortnite. So make sure, I have no idea. You might see plenty of Fortnite this weekend. Or random scroll streams. You never know what you see. So thank y'all for being here. Share out the stream. We finally hit the 600 the other day, and so anyway, this multitasking, so which I fell bad. I suck at talking. We got 11 people here already, so let me get my butt in gear. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for your thoughts, prayers for Grandma Man Walking. Yeah, she's adjusting. She's in. It's gonna be fun. Thank you, and good to see all you again, and all you that came by on our party the other night. Very spur of the moment. Thank you and all. But where would I be without one person in particular? To keep the fort going, the fire's hot, and everything else, and actually put up with my silly self. It is none other than the great Mrs. Dadman Walking.
Hello. Hello.
How are you today?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
No, how are you? I'm just kidding.
I'm fine. Okay, there.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Hey.
Okay.
I know, but how are you now? I got to finish.
I know,
but hey, great stream this morning. How have your streams been going?
They've been going pretty good. It's been nice to have that little break from all the work. I'm actually kind of getting a little ahead, relaxing, not stressful ways. Yeah. Well, I think I've completed. I'm up to Wednesdays, so.
Yeah, well, good for you. And like I said, I think the thing with Mom, I tell you, it was a lot of special time with her. Even though sometimes you visit and you're not doing much or talking much, but we got to watch the Gators crump all over Alabama last night, although she slept through most of it. But we've had other times where we did stuff, talk, work. It's been a great time, memories to catch up and stuff like that. So, and now we got these great people out in the chat. Let's see. Let's keep the drama up a little bit because we got a few people that says we got to let what? No, you don't want to make this person.
No.
Okay. All right, chat. Y'all got to wait.
Oh, he's mean, everybody. Boo! Boo! Boo!
Oh, hi.
I couldn't pass this. It's the great Bucky's Crafting. If you know her from Whoopa Troopa's friends and channels over there, comes through our
You might also know me from the chat.
Yes. Especially to somebody that likes to play heck with Whoopa on the channel.
Somebody's got to.
He makes it so easy. Yeah. He makes it so easy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring you in that quick, but it just it was one of those Kodak moments. Oh gosh, but folks, Bucky is a good friend of this channel. She's been around a while. We know her through Whoopa Trooper, seen her over there. But Bucky has had looking at streaming and stuff. So we were showing our StreamYards today, how to do it and things like that. So this is kind of a tutorial for Bucky's Crafting to introduce herself to our audience in person, but also to kind of get a use of how to come on the StreamYard, do stuff. I joked, Bucky, that with the missus that StreamYard, it does have its problems, but it's so easy, even I can do it. So
it must be pretty easy.
It's pretty
Oh
intuitive.
My God, I am outnumbered, boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
Do you think I wouldn't take the missus side?
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Yeah, and Bucky, this is something that we can do. Look at this. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, there we go. Girls' night.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been trying to get a girls' Fortnite squad together. So Bucky, you play with us a little bit. We'll teach you how to play.
I'll have to practice.
No, the missus loves to help teach too. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Just get it and play. Just
embrace. Just having fun. We are so
Exactly.
chill when we play. Actually, we really are very chill when we do Fortnite with us with other people, especially people that are learning. We're there to teach the game and just to have fun.
I
We
don't
don't
know.
care.
I've seen some clips of Dad Man losing it a couple of times.
Oh, I lose it too. But like I say, it depends on who we're playing with. Because if I'm
Yeah.
just playing with him, I'm not nice. No, I'm just
I'm,
kidding.
I'm probably gonna practice a little bit just so I understand the controls, because
Yes.
that's
That
one of my
helps.
issues.
That's the
Oh,
biggest thing. If you can get controls down, then it's a matter of just
yeah.
experience and stuff like that. So
See, I did not play video games until what has it been? What now? 3 years?
has it been maybe it's
2?
been 3 years. It's been at
But
least
I
two.
started with Fortnite,
Yep. And now
and,
she's playing Destiny, something I
now I'm
won't
I've
playing
always
play.
been
Destiny
great with
too.
those kind of games. I've
I'm
always
not
been like Mario Kart on the GameCube, and then like Zelda on the Super Nintendo,
where it's kind
and
of
Tetris.
yeah. I'm
Just
not good. I wasn't good at them. I'm not the best, but
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and I don't feel like I'm a burden now.
Well, let's
That's what
take
I
hey, there you
say.
go.
Yeah,
But
exactly. And with the first match I ever played with you, me and a friend, we were kind of helping you, setting you up, and that's kind of the way Mrs. and I do with other people. We try to slow down because the worst thing is trying to learn a game when you're trying to catch up with everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I got enough crap. I don't need another game. Thank you, Atwood. But hey, let's say hi to the chat real quick.
Atwood, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Now, Bucky's, I don't know how, like, if you ran the stream from your side, the missus might be able to address it, how you would highlight chats from the phone, but like from the computer, you get a mouse and all. But see, you come through, you can highlight certain chats. You can even blue star and it'll put it back in a group to come back to later. But
Oh,
we
okay.
say this is how we do. Hi to Corey Cochran. Good to
Hey,
see you.
Corey.
Eli Red Sage, what up with you?
Hello.
How are you
I
doing? Hopefully you're
love
still
that
here.
avatar. I love that avatar.
That is kind of
That
exciting
is
there.
really
So.
That is a
cool.
cool avatar, yeah.
And our good friend Masters Maniac Mexico, Mrs. Can you pull
Hello.
up that thing you have for tomorrow?
I will. I will. Give
Okay,
me a second.
because folks, join us if you like Ghostbusters.
Um,
Next Friday, Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom comes out. I have purposely not watched the second trailer because I saw a glimpse of something in the first trailer and I didn't want to be spoiled. This looks like it's going to be a great movie. Friday, it comes out. But tomorrow,
I've almost got it. Almost got it. Almost got.
sorry,
Almost got it. Wait, wait,
I need
wait.
to wait.
Almost got it.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I know. Sorry.
Okay, here we go.
I'll
I'll
let you
add
bring
it.
it up. Okay, let me bring Master
Okay,
down. There you go. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., I am going to have special guest, Masters Maniac Mexico, and we may have another guest with us, possibly. Waiting to hear back on that. But hey, we are going to try to cover it all in one stream. First movie, second movie. Not the cartoons, but Afterlife, if I can remember I had to look back. And even Ghostbusters 2016, a movie that I actually kind of enjoyed, but people don't like to give me hell for
Hey,
it.
listen,
So,
you want Masters
what?
to be on your stream. Quit saying you like 2016.
Well, he wants to come on to argue with me to put me in my place. So,
Oh, okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
yes. So join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. for that about Ghostbusters. And then also I'll be talking Ghostbusters again later in the week on our Walking Rambling podcast with Ang and Hungry Boy another night, but immediately tomorrow at 2 p.m. So good to see you, Masters. Atwood,
Wait,
hello. What's up? 13 of y'all here today. Make sure you hit the like
here
button.
we go. Here we go.
What? Yes. And then on Wednesday, our you made it ghost busting and rambling. All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Special guest of Hungry Boy. So come join us for that. We will definitely have fun with this one. So, all right. And the tweets will go up and everything like that. So thank you, Mrs., for that. Of course, the work done by the Mrs. there. And see, Becky, this is the type of thing, like the Mrs. brought up a screen. You could bring up a screen from your computer as a guest, and I could actually, and then you share the screen, and then I can add it to stage.
Okay.
That type of thing. That's how this works with that, like that. That's how I do karaoke tonight with Rambling Canuck and Jedi Bill. I actually have over in another tab a song ready and set, and I go in here and I share it with sharing the volume, and then they just add it to the StreamYard presentation.
Oh, there you go.
So that's how you can do memes and other things like when Mrs. is going to be adding in those thumbnails. So, hello to co-host Vic. I'm doing good. I am good today, Vic. How are you, lovely ladies on the panel?
Don't
I'm on
say
the right side of the dirt.
Yep.
There you go.
I got out of bed today and didn't fall.
There you go.
I've seen
And
a lot of squirrels, but they keep going in my garage. So
Well, you're at the right channel when you want squirrels. So hey,
I
Sci-Fi
don't.
Mommy. Yeah, Sci-Fi Mommy's like, yeah, Bucky's crafting. And Penny. Maybe one day we'll get Penny on the stream too. One day
Hey,
we'll get all the
Penny.
ladies around on the stream. Penny, how
We
are
can
you
really
today?
outnumber them then.
Yes. And
Well,
Penny's
Penny's
out
a
with the
crafter
grandson.
also. I know Penny. I think you knit or crochet.
Mhm.
She actually, their church has a ministry that makes hats and scarves and things. So,
No, really.
that would be really cool to get just a bunch of have a little crochet clutch, streaming and just talking and
Little
crocheting.
knitting bee.
Lady V
Yeah.
Elements also is one that has said.
Yeah. Oh,
something
Lady
about
V
clothing.
is here too.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, is she here already too?
Yes, I see
I'm
her
so
down
far
there.
behind. Well, let me get caught up. Lemon pie. Hey, lemon pie, Mrs. And it's Bucky's crafting. Bucky's crafting. See, and Lady V. Can you imagine getting Lady V, Bucky? I mean, all these women around. I mean, I'd lose. I know I'd be told what to do.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't be on the
Well,
stream.
just the missus can
You
do
don't
that.
craft.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You don't
Yay.
craft. You don't belong here. Get out
All
of
right.
here. I'm just kidding.
That's all good.
Leave.
Leave.
I can't do that dramatic of a point because I got the
I-
window.
You served your purpose. You may leave. You're not needed.
Yep.
Penny. I love what Penny does with all the little
Emotes.
symbols and stuff, emotes
Yes.
and stuff, like lemon pie right there. That is so awesome. And
Yes.
let's see. And Hayes, back to you, Lady V. Good to see you today, everybody. All right, let's see. Hopefully, knit, crochet, loom. Guess what
Yes.
today? Today we learned on the Mrs. Show it's National Quilting Day. Oh, and a crochet party would be fun, Lady V
It
says.
would be fun. That would
So
be
now,
so much fun.
quilting and crocheting.
And you know something, I'm
Uh-huh.
just going to let Bucky know this. You could, if you ever want to just get a bunch of people together and you know, like if we wanted to do a crochet thing, but you don't have to air it.
Right.
That's nice.
You could just be in StreamYards. Everyone could just be in StreamYards, and you
Just
could just
chatting.
be chatting away and doing your stuff. If you don't want to air, we do that all the time.
We've
is
used it
nice.
to talk to people in Britain, Australia, or even in the country. You just use it to communicate. You just set up a recording, and it doesn't really record. You just sit up, and it's a way to contact and talk to everybody. You don't.
And
have
if anything gets exciting, you can hit
we
live
can hit
quick.
that live button.
You can. Well, just as long
Get
as you
those
set up a
views.
stream. If you set up the stream, so.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mr. Angel, surprise stream. This can't be. It's still early here. Did I frack up my time machine? No, I did it. It's me. So now Lady V says she can't loom. So now quilting, I guess. We see National Quilting Day. So is quilting different than looming and crocheting?
There's different types of looming. You can do looms where you make like a piece
There's
of
the
material.
knitting looms.
And then
there's the knitting looms, which are the rings with the pegs, and you just kind of go around. And then there's weaving looms, which you can weave fabric on, and there's multiple kinds of those.
Right.
The peg looms, I'm terrible with. The knitting looms. There's also the cranking ones.
Yes,
a lot of people like those. I'm terrible with those.
Do they
but
still
I have a weaving loom that I enjoy.
So when we go like to you remember we went to the Sugarcane Festival or some of the Civil War things and all those old school, they still have them active, and that's still a current way to make it. It's just it wasn't like the 1860s.
Well, you're talking now. That is making the fiber. That's making the yarn. You're talking about a spinning wheel.
Oh, okay.
The spinning wheel. Yeah, yes. A spinning wheel is where you take fiber and you spin it to where it makes a thinner string,
yarn, thread, things like that.
Whatever you want to. That's a spinning wheel, and there's many ways you can do that. The devices that we're talking about, you can see them in any craft store, probably even Walmart has them in their yarn section. They're like round, different size round, and they have pegs on them, and you do put the yarn in a certain way, and you're basically crocheting and or knitting, and you're making a hat. You're making a tube is what you're making, and then you connect one end if you want a hat.
Cinch it up and There you go.
And so, but there's that way, and then they also have ones that do that same thing, but you do it by hand. You just crank it, and then you actually can use needles or hooks or whatever to
See,
do
I thought it
that.
was all cool with when we went to Epcot years ago with the whole hook and loop, because everybody calls it Velcro, but that's not. That was actually a trade. I mean, it's actually a specific style, and the Velcro happens to be the trademark name.
Yes.
So
Kind of like how Kleenex is, that's just the brand. Tissues are what the product's called.
Well,
Sort
a
of
thermos.
situation.
Well, and you
well,
know what? You have to be careful because, uh, like a thermos bottle. Thermos is actually a trademark name,
It's a
but
brand.
it was used so much, and the company did not guard their trademark that they pretty much lost the right to not allow people to use it when they're talking about a insulated vacuum bottle. But they went to court, and the court said because you did not protect that name, it can be used as a generic term now. So thermos with a lowercase t is a generic name. The uppercase T
Product
thermos is the
is a
actual
brand.
brand. So
mhm.
I don't know if like Kleenex or Velcro or them, how
Oh,
much they have.
Kleenex. I know that Kleenex hates when people just call them Kleenexes,
Right.
regardless, because of that exact scenario.
But I don't know if um, I don't know if they kind of lost the copyright from it. It's just copyright law is just confusing,
So
and it's quite
complicated.
quite amazing also. Patent
Hmm.
law, I've learned a lot of stuff with my
Oh,
streams
I
doing
bet.
some of this stuff. It's like, "Oh, wow. That's really cool."
Yeah,
But yes.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Jerry Minosa's here. Hello, Jerry Minosa. So, uh,
Oh, did
and
you
Mister what?
Mister, I can knit. I even enjoy it, believe it. You know what? This thing that men can't do knitting, quilting, or any of these
Crafting.
crafting stuff is just absurd. My dad sewed an entire wardrobe of maternity wardrobe for my mother.
Oh, that's cute.
So,
Oh
the
yeah,
the
I remember that.
this
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, you should
Well,
try
also, a
knitting.
lot of
It's so
crafting,
relaxing.
How about this, Mrs.
despite what my mind might think, it has been shown to help reduce stress,
Oh,
things like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
So,
healthy
Mrs.,
for you.
would y'all both say like Lady V saying it? It's cool watching dudes knit.
it's cool watching dudes knit. It's cool watching a dude quilt. And it's so interesting to see their take on the craft. That's
Hmm.
what I
Hmm.
think is so neat because um, they look at it differently, and it's just really cool to see. And it's really cool to see like this tough looking guy making baby clothes. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, oh, this is so adorable.
And
But yeah,
congratulations, Penny. She said that's awesome. My daughter's 12 weeks pregnant.
oh,
Oh, that's
Hey,
congratulations.
nice.
all right. Well,
Yay.
we got that. And we got other people that are having babies and stuff. So, oh wow. See,
It's true. It should
That
not be.
said, Coast Vic said, "Yeah, exactly, Miss Stabman. I would like to learn how to use a sewing machine and a crochet crafting shouldn't have a gender." Well, I will tell you too. There's nobody that was a hard ass man than my dad. I don't know what if he was still. See, if he was still around, he'd be on here on my sports streams and stuff like that. He would be in all the big
Mhm.
technology. So, but he was in the Coast Guard, and when we went fishing and shrimping and stuff like that, he always had to sew the nets. He always sewed his own nets and stuff like that. So see, those skills are, they learn in Coast Guard could be used for clothes, for socks, but also practical for fishing nets and other things. And they're very good skills. And yeah, it shouldn't have a gender. Sometimes
No.
we guys all get stupid and we just got to out macho everybody else. You know it. You can see how if you saw Mrs., she'd be shaking her head kind of like bucket.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I think
When
there's
we kind of get when I start getting macho, Mrs. like,
I just look at them.
and Lady V agrees with you too. They said they do, Mrs. They hold the work differently, and the intent focus can be hot AF too. Oh, So
See, you should have taken up knitting, Dad, man. That's
I was happy the reaction I got when I did dishes. So, but okay.
But yeah, it's
See, she's got it from that angle. Mr. Angel says it very zen, doing very peaceful. So it's a
well, who was the very first Rosie Greer? I don't know if anybody remembers Rosie Greer. Rosie Greer was a
football player. Yeah.
Tough football player on the field.
Oh yeah.
And he knitted. I believe he knitted. He did either knitting or crocheting. And it was just like this, this big brouhaha back then when, this man is knitting, and he did it. It was stress relief. And because when he's out there on the football field, he's one he's a tough player.
Yeah, he was.
He was a tough player. And, and you can't keep that intensity 24/7. You will die, and so this was his zen, like, Mr. Angel, his zen, his relaxing, and being able to make quite, beautiful things too on top of it. So, yeah, it's been, men have been doing it forever. And I just love the guys that, especially the tough ones that are celebrities that are out there going,
say hello to Gorilla Man. Gorilla Man
you're
is quite the cook.
Hello, Gorilla Man.
Yes, I like cooking too. Cool. I actually need to make Grandma Mom that bundt cake for her birthday.
Yes.
Now that so she wants what we have, a yellow cake, white icing. So that worked perfectly.
We can do that.
So Mr. Angel said that when he was young, he actually learned this in school, boys and girls alike. It was considered a basic skill to learn, knitting was.
Yes, and I think that when I went to school, it did kind of it was along gender lines, which I thought was really sad. But I think that they should have required all boys to take at least one thing of home ec, and girls taking one thing of either auto. We had like auto mechanic and woodworking, something along that, because I think those are skills. Knowing how to build something is such a skill. I mean, I have built a lot of stuff, not just assembled, but I've built furniture, and me and my mom have built them. We have built, bookcases and just all these kind of things. And having those skills have been wonderful to have.
Absolutely.
So, and my dad taught me. My dad taught me all those things. All us girls, we got we could know how to change the oil, change the tire. We actually changed alternators. We did all that stuff in our cars. If it was our car, if it had to be fixed, we were there helping. And so I think there are very few things that are gender divided.
Right. But I will say
society makes it that.
But I will say, like in some of these things though, like auto mechanics, those skills are being taken away from everybody because of the way they're making vehicles now. Nobody, unless you have specialized equipment, you really almost can't do work on your own vehicle if it's new. If it's a newer vehicle,
true.
You have to have an older vehicle to be able to do anything and get to it and anything else.
But you can still change your tire. You can still change the fluids. Basic fluids. You can still,
jumpstart the battery at least.
You can still all those basic skills.
Well, see, in other stuff like Gorilla Man's the cook, and he also said he actually took was classically trained in culinary school. Masters talked about being able to handcraft. That they had at basic Euro education. Everybody should be able to handcraft. I think y'all talked about woodworking. So. And there's things like that. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be quilting. It's the things. Now, people like me are just so afraid of it. But it's like, I don't know, just confidence, I think, is a lot of it.
We might have to do a stream when I get it set up where I can do that, where I teach you how to make a basic strip quilt.
Well,
easy peasy, straight line sewing machine, and just have you actually do something on a sewing machine. I might have to do that. When I get all my studio set up.
Well, we could do that, but also we got that Lego set to build together in there, or that puzzle.
Yes, we have all that too.
I don't do well with puzzles, but we can start there. So Lady V said, "Oh my gosh, wow, you lady! I tell you what, some of you ladies hell on wheels with stuff like that. Consider her too dangerous for wood shop. Yeah,
Well,
exactly. Because you knew what you were doing. That also threatens a lot of the instructors if you happen to know what you're doing, and especially with if you're female. I think, Mrs., you had that in the industry you worked on in
Mhm.
television because it was like I know that one story you told me about is like
Yes.
everybody else got listened to except for you. That one
Yes.
thing. So yeah, and I do think this is a good point. It's just something not to blow off because one of the things my dad did was he was an independent TV repairman. Back in the 70s, 80s, basically when you could fix something and it was worth fixing because your TV would be $1,000 or something, but you get it repaired for a couple hundred. They were built to last a long term. My dad, and as I was getting through high school, my dad told me, and it was at least 10 years before he finally passed away, but he was like, and even then when he's like, boy, go get your education. Now, trade schools and all that would have been fine too, and all that. Don't get this, not what the point where I'm going, but his thing was get your college education, go get something, did it, and I did, and that's where the path I took. His problem, his warning to me was, don't feel like you had to keep the family business going because it was a local independent TV repair shop. Because what he was telling me was that
This
it
industry's
was a
changing.
dying industry.
Mhm.
Even as the late 80s, the mid 90s especially, it was getting harder to get. They were making them harder to fix. VCRs, all that stuff were becoming cheaper. They were building them to be disposable. You throw it away, buy another one. The manufacturers were being very difficult to get parts information. All these things my dad said, like, and they were doing it like to when using to illustrate Levy's points. So much of the stuff they've done it on purpose. They
Mhm.
force these things where you could fix stuff. Look at what they're doing with cars now. They're making them so cramped and so specific. You got to be a certified mechanic to work on them almost
Everything
anymore.
has to be hooked
And
up to
so,
a computer
right,
to see what's
right,
wrong.
right. So, and that's what my dad did. He's like, don't feel like you have to keep the family business going because he knew me. It was a family business. It meant a lot. And I drive by it all the time, but it was a dying industry and you just have to go, got to avoid it. But yeah, and I just
But
think
one
with
thing,
that point that it dies. Yeah.
talking about like dying industries, people have always been worried about some of these crafts. I'm getting back to crafts.
Yeah.
These skills
Mm-hmm.
were disappearing
hmm
because a lot of people considered crocheting an old woman's thing. Quilting is what old people do. Well, this
Mm-hmm.
younger generation has um, embraced these crafts, embraced knitting, quilting, uh, making their own fibers, their fiber, all of that. And so there's been such a resurgence, and that just makes me so happy to see when I go to the library and look at crochet books, and they've got crochet books for teenagers, and they got some for the uh you know uh the what's the word the rockers out there. I mean, they have ones just for doing crochet and knit work for people that like rock and roll and
They have
think, I
ones
mean, just
for Harry Potter
yeah,
or
any
Outlander or
yeah,
like all sorts of popular shows and stuff, and they
it's
have like themed.
yeah, and it's and the younger generation has embraced these arts, and because yes, they love their technology, and they still got their switches, and they still got their uh, Instagram, and I don't even know what they use now. I'm so old. What I'm
I don't
into
pay
now
attention.
is like, oh yeah, that was last year. Now we're into something else. But I'm you know they still love their technology, but they're embracing the organic nature of crafting, and
hmm
I just think that is so amazing that the crafts are in they're in good hands. We don't have to worry. I mean, for a while there, I was a little worried that some of these skills, even tatting, lace making, I have seen a
hmm
resurgence in lace making. Um, you know, and so
Tatting,
um,
bobbin lace, all sorts
yes,
of yeah.
so, they're embracing this, so I think that's really neat. Yes, and like co-host Vic says, the process of soap making is,
hmm
there's just and it's there, and I just it makes me happy that the younger generation, which I can say that now because I just had my 60th birthday. The younger
Well,
generation,
something like soap
I
making we
just
see at these
I
local fairs and stuff.
yes, yes, yeah, I am very positive to the future of the crafting industry.
I
Um,
think that a big part of it is just the fact that people are seeing how everything's being mass produced and everything's being made to be disposable. Um, and looking around and going, especially since the pandemic, and it's like, oh wait, we don't have soap and we don't have a way to get soap. We don't have some of these basic things or a way to get them. So just a lot of people are trying to be more self-reliant,
mhm,
just for that security. And being able to, for example, make your own clothes or dishcloths or things like that, that adds to that security.
mhm,
Uh, and then, again, like we're still learning, like, oh yeah, clothes for these expensive brands, they're still, being made by
yes,
borderline slaves in China. And it's like, well,
yes,
I don't necessarily want to support that.
mhm,
So,
Hmm.
you know, like crochet, that was something that was really big. It was very popular, especially these past few years. It's been really popular, and so uh, stores started selling crocheted items that were
mhm,
mass produced. Well, the thing is, knit things you can do with a machine. You can't
mhm,
crochet with a machine. So it
mhm,
was people are making that by hand. And, even like just a granny square, that can take, just a granny square, that big, you know, which you can make a shirt out of like 20.
mhm,
Uh, just one square can take, 30 minutes.
yep,
Hmm.
So, like, and then when they're selling this for $15,
yeah,
like, that the people aren't being compensated
mm,
fairly. And so people are going, huh, I want to wear this, but I don't want to support that. So, you
right,
know what? I'm going to make it myself,
mm, yes,
which is a
and
very dangerous mindset. I
but
can make that myself.
it is so funny when you said that about granny squares because, they have got such a resurgence now. I see
Oh,
all
yeah.
these
Mm.
young
Oh
people
man.
wearing granny square, cardigans and sweaters and I mean, whole
I've been
outfits
making granny
Can
made
I
out
jump
squares.
of
in real quick?
granny squares, and it's
Can
like,
I jump in real Can
yes.
I jump in real quick? I want to say a few things. Hell to JT Kirk, welcome.
Hello,
We got
JT
15
Kirk.
people. Hit that like button, subscribe, everything that guys. Hey, we're with Bucky's Crafting today. Uh Showing her around the StreamYard world and stuff. Good to you. Safe travels out there. Well, cool friend. And she is cool. Yo to Stunning. Hey, Stunning, good
Hello,
to see you too, as
stunning.
always. Uh Master said they're required to knit. What a shame, traumatized and belittled by knitting. He loved it. He loved his time at that. Cat needs food and water. And actually, Sci-Fi Mumbry says she loves crafting. She is a
I
cross
cross
stitcher.
stitch too. I am like almost
I've tried
I'm
that. I'm
almost
not
to
great.
it's, I love cross stitching. My eyes have,
Lady V
made it
loves
harder.
making granny squares. Now, granny squares. Okay, what? Okay, there are two. There's one thing that I know of: fat quarters. Okay,
Okay, that's
because
that
That's
well,
for
hold on.
sewing. That's fabric.
Well, but I will explain it because fat quarters were on sale at a national retailer every like July 4th and Black Friday. So they were like 75% off. So they were on my thing to make sure we went there. Them and DVDs, right, Mrs.
yes.
So
Those are
fat quarters are not quilting. That's something else.
no,
Well,
Is that
no,
right?
fat quarters
well,
are quilting. Fat
Okay.
quarters, it's one fat quarter is a quarter of a yard.
Okay.
And,
well,
they fold it up so you can buy just a quarter of a yard. A lot of people like those for like, if you just want a little bit of one color instead of buying
yeah.
a big thing, or
Y
so that you don't have to go up to the counter to get your
Hmm.
yeah.
fabric cut
It's
because that's a
it's
Right.
cut
pain.
it's cut
Yes.
differently. When you get a quarter yard cut, it is
It's a thin strip.
you have a quarter yard, and they do a quarter of that fabric, and it's straight across, and it's a quarter yard all the way across. When you do a fat quarter, it's basically if you took a yard and folded it into fours, that would be they would cut that would be the fat quarter. It's
Okay.
I
So you're
think
getting a square instead
17,
of a strip.
like a rectangle, like 17 by something.
Now,
I don't remember.
okay,
And
so what are granny squares then?
Granny
so
squares are crocheting. So
Okay.
these are a bunch of granny squares
they've
put
all been put
together.
together.
Why do they call them
Uh,
granny though? What is,
Why
Probably
not?
because just a lot of people saw their grandmas making them,
okay. I
It's the
or
understand.
same
grandmas
way.
just
It's the
made
same
them all
way.
the time.
Why do they call this quilt block the flying goose? I don't know, because they do.
Mhm.
It's just because it's its name.
Yeah.
Now, JT has a question about what size T square? I don't know what that is. What size T square do you use for the granny squares to make sure you have good corners?
What size T square? Not quite sure.
You actually, what you do is when you knit, you make a gauge. You do a gauge. And so if
If you're
granny
if you're
squares are very
smart,
forgiving. Yeah.
if
Um,
you're smart, you do a gauge swatch.
But a lot of times with granny squares, they're forgiven. They're very forgiving. So if you get kind of close,
They're
when you put them
they're pretty
together,
stretchy.
you can do them. Um, but as you put them together, they kind of squarish. It's not. They're not always perfect squares. There's actually granny squares that are circles. So go figure
Yeah,
that
there's
one
all
out.
kinds of shapes, but like with these, just the way that I'm attaching them,
Yeah,
that's making it because
square.
the corners are close. It's
Mm-hmm.
squaring it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes, and I am a very yes, we know T squares are used in carpentry. Ha ha ha.
Oh, okay.
He's being
Yeah.
a smart. I knew he was being a smarty pants, but I was
I
being
don't I
serious.
don't
No,
do
no.
carpentry. I can't. I've
Well,
tried.
Penny crochets the granny squares. So.
They're very easy to travel with because you only need, depending on what um, you're baking. Sometimes you can put flowers in the middle or different things,
Mm-hmm.
but you
Or
only
if you
need
want
a
to do just a
couple.
solid color
Yeah,
or
you
each
only
row
need a
different.
couple skeins of yarn to carry, and you get to where you just kind of go. You don't even have to think.
Skeins. Or is that the
That's the
piece
big
of wood?
bundle of yarn.
Is that
I have
the thing that
That's
this
that
isn't a
all
real
skein.
around the
skein.
lucky wood?
This
That's
isn't a real
skein.
skein. It's a stress ball, but like the balls of yarn you see, that's called a skein.
Okay. Because I
Yeah.
know that they are also like the fabric rolls around the little wooden
That's a
piece.
bolt.
A bolt.
The
Mhm.
cardboard
Okay,
piece is
bolt.
a bolt of fabric.
Yeah. Okay,
Um,
gotcha. Mr. Master said, my grandpa always told me, boy, we're too poor to buy cheap products. We need to save our money and invest in long lasting quality. Little
Yeah,
did
and
he know what was around the corner.
yeah,
that's another thing that a lot of people are realizing
yeah.
that
Now,
just you're spending
where
so
would
much on disposable stuff,
exactly?
which
I mean,
clothes, those shouldn't be disposable.
right,
No.
and because they got you over a barrel, there's no other replacements for it, and then they
Mhm.
jack the prices up.
Yup.
Go Host Vic says, I'm not a total noob at sewing machines. I've made a pillow with a sister, and about all my experience, I would like to learn how to make clothing though.
And I'm going to tell anybody out there that this is another thing why I think the younger people have embraced some of the old craftings and stuff like that. Is there's so many tutorials available online now,
That
um,
really helps.
that
Yeah.
you can watch and you can pause it and you can, rewind it and pause it. And sometimes if you don't understand, you can look in the comments and sometimes they answer the question there. You can, and that is, I think, why there's so much. Um, when I learned to knit, I picked one of the most difficult pieces to knit. It was for a 18-inch American Girl doll. It was a cape, and it had what is it? Floating stitches. It had all these things in it that a person first learning to knit shouldn't do, but
Yeah, no.
I always do that. And I actually was doing I was doing the pattern, and I went, "This pattern's not right." And I was telling my friend, "This pattern's not right." I said, "This isn't gonna work if I do what they say here." And they go, "Just follow the pattern." I said, "No, it's not right." So not only was it the first knitting I ever did, I did some advanced stitchery stuff. I can't even remember what it
Oh
was.
yeah.
And
The
then the pattern was wrong. I corrected the pattern while I
mhm.
was knitting. So I never do anything easy.
Oh
So
yeah.
sometimes asking me to teach crafting, it's kind of hard because I've learned by the seat of my pants, and I just it's kind of
Well,
like,
some
Yeah, that's not right.
Sometimes that's the best way to
let's
learn.
totally ignore this and just do
I
it
mean,
my way.
And
yeah,
if you can see it, if you can see something's not right, you just know it's wrong.
I keep something that I say is I'll tell my friends
Yeah,
They're
I think
far
they're
away
sorry
from
about
them.
that.
something that I tell my friends is because like I have a friend, oh, I want to be making this, like I want to make plushies, oh, I'm practicing with a scarf, and it's like, well, if you don't want to make clothing things, if you want to make plushies, practice with plushies.
Yes,
If you want
yes.
to make clothes, then practice with clothes. Like, even if it's hard, as long as you're stubborn,
Yep.
practice doing what you want to do. Like, don't
Mhm.
be sewing clothes if you want to sew stuffed animals.
If you want to make yourself pants or shorts or whatever that, don't sew t-shirts or blouses or
if you want to be working with woven fabric, don't be practicing with knit fabric because
Yes.
it's very different,
Yes.
So work
And
with what you want to practice.
Yes. I might
There
think,
he comes
Practice
in.
with
There he comes in with it.
Woo!
there is a special guest. It's me. No.
Mrs. is here.
Yes.
Yes. Know what
By the
you
way,
want to do.
towards
Studying is right.
exactly.
Know what you want to do and do it.
Exactly.
It's the same like with art. If you want to do watercolors,
Yep,
don't practice
that's what he
with
just said
oils.
too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Sci-Fi Mombi actually Lady V actually said, I need the tutorials. I forget the stitches in a second reading the patterns. So
well, let me tell you something. Check out my YouTube. I try to do crafting tutorials.
Oh, okay.
Is that the link that you put in the private chat?
That's my channel. Yeah, it should be.
I'll put that out there right now.
You can do that later if you want.
I'll do it right now too.
No, what I'm trying to do is I try to kind of share some of that stuff, partly because I have a lot of friends that are like, can you teach me? And it's like, you think I have time to come over there?
No, here, check
and
out
teach you something.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
So I haven't done anything in a little while, but I want to get back into it.
I tell you, and talking about pattern reading, I was
wanting was right on it too.
I was wanting to do some crocheting with by some Japanese crafters. Oh, their patterns are you have to learn a completely different annotation, and European patterns are completely different. So you have to make sure that even their abbreviations mean different things. So, man, if you're doing a pattern,
I know some of the English ones versus American. And like their double crochet is our single crochet.
Yeah, and so you have to
Whoopa.
Oh, pot stickers. Ooh, I'm jealous.
Oh, nice. Share some.
Yes. Hey, you brought them, share them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just even that.
Now you get to stare too, Whoopa.
Yes. Can't you see my blue eyes staring at you?
Oh, there you go. We got it. There you go. Thank you, Masters. Make sure you check out Bucky's channel. Like she said, she's trying to get things back, thinking about getting back going, but there is some stuff.
I just haven't had space, but I've kind of got a little space. It's just figuring out a time because my son has a big boy bed now, and now that he has a big boy bed, he thinks he doesn't need to go to bed.
Oh,
yes, I remember that quite a bit. That's like when you hear me speaking French late at night, and you're trying to say "quit" because keep it down because you're laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, mademoiselle, comment allez-vous?
Oh, please,
don't even. I will leave.
No, you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
the missus will kick you. There we go.
The bad thing is that he can bring himself right back on.
Yeah, well.
We get this little battle here.
There you go. Well,
he's on that side now.
Shall we have a funny? Shall we have a funny or two, Mrs.? Did you want to share one or two of your funnies?
Yes.
All right.
Well,
so folks, if you do have questions, go ahead and let us know.
Yes.
You
and
have your own comments.
If you don't do any of this, you won't get them. But that's okay. I don't care. Because today is Happy National Quilting Day. Woo!
Woo! I don't want to get too loud. I'm in an enclosed space.
So, if you guys have watched one of our drive streams, you know that I love quilting. I actually dragged Dad Man to a quilting exhibition, and he
The
actually
only thing
liked it.
worthwhile in Denver, Colorado.
He
Well,
really
was it
liked it.
golden? Well,
So,
I
it
wish we
was
could have live
golden.
streamed
It was
because you were so fascinating to listen to. You were in your element. You were like a professor, a real instructor. You were telling me what the squares meant, how they patterned them, how they arranged them, sized them, and you were asking them to show you the back sides of the quilts
a lot of
because
people don't
the
realize, yeah.
back sides were showing as much of the artistry as the front were.
There are
It
Mhm.
was
some
truly
people.
amazing.
There's some quilts. There was one quilt that was done by a Japanese artist, and the front. I wish they displayed it where you could see both sides of it. They only showed a picture of the back, but the quilting actually created a picture, an entire scenario on the back, and then they did a little bit of fabric painting on the back to highlight like motorcycles and certain things.
Oh, that's cool.
It was, oh, oh my gosh. I wish they displayed it where they could have put maybe a little bit of, like a plexiglass in between it and hung it so that people could see it without worrying about them touching it. But it
Yeah.
was quilting is just, and I am not great at quilting. I enjoy piecing. I enjoy doing the part, but the quilting is actually sewing all your piece. Quilting involves 3 layers usually. I think they can, and technically it's 3, but we live in a state that's hot, so I never put a lot of the center batting in. I just do the 2 layers.
Well,
Um,
something I've seen people do is they'll even just like take an old flannel sheet or something
yep.
and use that instead of batting.
Yes, yes, but I'm not that picky.
A little extra
I
structure.
figure if you sew 2 pieces, if you're doing some pretty, it's
Yup.
quilting. I don't care. I don't care. So
Mm.
anyway,
As long
it's
as it fits your
quilting.
needs.
Exactly. That's another thing about any crafting. You can do what you want. If you wanna make a pair of pants that has, uh, ducks on one side of the leg and frogs on the other, you can, and
If you just want to make
Mm.
one pant leg and then give up on the oh, that's
yeah.
never mind.
Well, we've
You
got
can do
18
that, but that's called art.
we got 18 people here watching a crafting stream at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That is wonderful, and thank you all for spending the afternoon with us as we're talking to Bucky's Crafting.
This has now turned
It's
into a
wonderful.
crafting channel.
That's
Huh.
fine. I tell you what. Let's say a couple of things. Penny said my mother would hand quilt blankets. Was lucky enough to get one before she passed. And Lady V said, "Yeah, down here 2 layers." So, but I
Yeah,
will tell you.
I call those summer quilts, but we do
Mhm.
summer quilts year round.
But to your point is, I call this channel as a cornucopia of things. It's like you never know what you're going to get. It's part of the squirrel theming. It's like I do what I want to. I like to learn new things. I like to talk to new people, and you know, I would like people to come listen to more sports. I do. Whoopa, JT, and Sci-Fi Mombi are going to be part of my crew starting Tuesday night.
Yeah, I
with the
bet you
weekly
do,
sports show.
JT.
Yeah, I know you do. You
Phrasing.
do. So I love it when you come on. Like I said, with the misses in that museum was wonderful. I mean, I love in the passion when people are passionate about what they do. It makes it even better, and you give something for everybody. The fact that we got Penny here, Lady V here, learning about Sci-Fi Mombi, and Mr. Not just the women, but Mr. Angel, Masters, and anybody else. That this is a topic.
They can join the girls' night.
Well, how many people actually cover something like this on YouTube? Usually it's the typical stuff
Well,
that
they
I
do.
try to
Well,
avoid
I'm
from.
going to say
But I
it is,
love you doing things like this.
but it is covered. But usually, the only people that access them are crafters, and with
Are
your
the people that
channel
are already interested. Yeah.
already interested,
Yeah,
it was with this, since you're not a crafting
the
channel.
British Empire.
People are just coming over and enjoying it.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
I love
anyway.
it. Well, we got
So
17 people still here. I think they are, and so all right. Let's and like I said,
so
keep
Whoop
putting
is
your
here because I
comments
got
and
dirt on him.
notes. Things.
uh,
Yes, you
yes,
do.
you better be here, Whoopa.
All
You
right,
better.
all
Okay.
right.
Happy
You got
National
another one.
Emoji Hug. Yes.
Oh shoot. Sorry, I'm sorry. I think I hit that by.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Whoopa said it's been a long time since I was invited to girls' night.
For a good reason, Whoopa.
Dude, that's why I'm trying
Aw.
to create the all-female squad on Fortnite.
Oh,
Yeah, but go ahead. Go ahead, Mrs.
okay.
What's your next one?
Well, I've been quilting for 10 years and I have finished 30 quilts. Well, how many have you started?
Well,
256-ish. That's true. If you ever have been
feeling targeted.
oh, I've got a whole box of quilts that I need to finish, and they were charity quilts, and I'll eventually get them done and get them donated. But yes, quilters are known for two things: having a lot of what they call UFOs, which are unfinished objects, or PhDs, which are partially, oh, what I can't remember what it is, but anyway, you have unfinished objects. We have a lot of them, and when we finish one, it's much rejoicing. But then it also means that everyone we finish, so they have
We gotta start
26.
another then.
She has 256 that she hasn't completed. Well, when she finishes one, it doesn't mean she's going to complete one of those others. It means you find you see something, you
Yeah.
go, ooh, until you start
Well, now I've
another
got
one.
more space to start a new one.
See, like Lady V, I start so many projects and get bored at the switch.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
called
yes,
whips, works in progress.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, oh, maybe I should do like a little video
Yeah.
on just the different things that I've got. Yeah, that's why Whoopa.
Yeah. Wow. Yes.
But yes, even the artist, like Stunning with says, has a bin of unfinished art. That
Mhm.
you just kind of, you just don't feel it, and sometimes it's hard, and sometimes we have to learn as a crafters that there's some of those projects we're never going to finish, and
Mhm. You
sometimes
just
they're
gotta let it
better
go.
just to put them in a bag with all the pieces, zip it up, and put it, if you belong to a crafting thing, put it on a table that's free, and maybe somebody will pick it up that will finish it, because I've actually had that happen. Put something on the table, and then the next meeting they show it, yes, I finished this, and it looked
Oh, that's
beautiful, and I was
nice.
so happy that they got it done, because I never would have, and knew I never would have. But
Hey, by the way, let's see. Whoopa says procrastination is great. Took him 4 months to finally unpack in his apartment. And
well,
that even then it was only because he had people coming over. So,
Yep.
you have that spare room you can shove stuff in?
well, Mrs. I know it's National Quilting Day. I know sewing's technically something different, but can I throw a meme in on top of this?
Sure, go right ahead.
All right. Let's see here.
Quilting is sewing, but not all sewing is quilting.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Wow.
But if you don't have the color you need,
Yes, you have to go.
Well, how about this?
if the material isn't right.
Right.
Yes.
Well, how about this? Sewers
Right.
are all like, my stash is getting low.
Absolutely. That's a small stash, everybody.
It is.
I don't understand what your problem is. It's the same with yarn.
Mhm.
Or if you're a beader, beads.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
see, Stunning
cool.
says his art, he can't leave art on the table, and this niece around the youngest will throw purple on every inch of the page.
Oh gosh.
Is that what happened to your profile picture?
Oh, yeah.
Is that why it's purple?
Yes. Megatron.
Oh, it says, oh, sewers. Whoopa read it as sewers.
Sewers.
Hey.
Yes, cross stitch floss. Whenever it's on sale. Cross stitch floss has gotten a little expensive. So whenever it's on sale, you have to catch up on
Well,
it.
yeah, because you don't know when you're gonna need a certain
Yes.
color.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
mean,
So when it's on sale, you just grab one of each. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
we had
you
sex.
can't
My
just-
mommy had 4 bags of 3
you can't do
plastic
just
body
one,
sets
though.
during the pandemic.
you can't just grab one, because what if you need more of that color, but then you've only got the one?
Yeah. It's,
Like-
yeah.
I will
It's
say the
a-
missus actually, when doing a lot of that stuff, because it's all
Oh, your
reorganized.
songwriting.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, buy ahead, and she actually had me trained pretty well.
Yeah,
So.
I think in a lot of the creative fields, you
gotta get ahead of it.
Just got to get ahead of it. Yes, yes. I need that extra book. I need that extra art pad. I need that extra. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need this color, so I better pick it up.
Look
Yep.
at what JT said here, and Mrs. You can bring up your next one. He said his mom cross-stitched a tree skirt that can fit a 10-foot tree. She would start November 1st through New Year's Eve. It took her 8 years to finish.
Yep.
Wow.
That is
I
something.
had some stuff. My mom actually has some stuff that I started that I never finished.
Well,
She still has it, and she sometimes throws it in my face. You haven't. You remember that? I said, yes, Mom. I remember. I'm sorry.
My grandma does that with my mom. She's just like, yeah. She'll start calls with, "You got your ends woven in yet?" And my mom's like, "No,
No.
stop."
Yes.
It's like,
I'm
that's
like,
private business.
yes.
Like,
I've got another project I'm doing now. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not
hey,
bedazzling everything. Leave me
I didn't
alone.
feel like it. Okay,
Oh, I was watching
stop.
this person on TikTok, and they were doing beading. They took the rhinestones and they would embellish like
Mhm.
shoes and things like that, and they were gorgeous. And I'm going, I've got a couple of Vans here that I would love to put some embellishing on. Oh, maybe I should stop. No, we can't do another craft. No, no, stop.
I frequently have that, like, no, write
No,
it down,
no.
maybe someday.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
a lot of sewing stuff, that's on my maybe someday list.
yes.
It's like, I don't
And
have the space, the money, none of it.
yes, and as quilters for those, she has to be a quilter. She has jelly rolls on either side of her head.
Wow.
That's cute.
Jelly rolls are fabric. They're strips
They're
about 2
strips of
inches of
fabric.
fabric, and they roll them into this big. You've seen them, Dad, man.
They
There's
look
this
real
big
fancy.
round
Yeah,
thing.
I do.
Yeah, and that's exactly what her hair looks like.
Wow. That's a good
Which, by
one.
the way, those do also count as decor.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. A lady never discusses the size of her fabric stash.
Correct.
Yes.
It's indecent to ask.
Yes, and don't ask a woman about her age or her fabric stash. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, folks, we had 20 people watching. We got 17 likes. Make sure you hit that like button, share out the stream for a bit. We keep going with the great Bucky's crafting, and we're talking about some whatever it's crafting. Quilting's taking over on National Quilting Day, and the missus has some memes. I have a couple more too, but go ahead.
Have you ever thought that buying fabric and making quilts are actually two completely different hobbies?
That's
Oh,
true.
you're supposed to make
That
stuff
goes
out
for
of that
all.
fabric?
Yeah, that's for all crafting hobbies. Buying the supplies and making it totally separate.
And you
never
you
know when
gotta
you'll
get
need it.
but if you can find a nice way to display it, like I would love to take and get just cubbies and take the yarn and just display and and make a little pattern with all the yarn.
Mhm.
Probably never use it, but just get this beautiful little display there.
I would love that. It's just like seeing the people like on TikTok and stuff that they have their yarn wall, and it's like, that's so pretty. You know what I need? That.
Oh,
Yes.
Hail the Phantom Outsider.
Hello.
Wait, I thought Leia was just a big fan of cinnamon rolls. No, it's quilting.
She's quilting too. Hello,
yes.
Phantom.
Oh,
Good
this would
to
be
see
sticky.
Yeah, Masters, I will say no. It's I was not invaded and overtaken. I was I gladly I find
He
this interesting.
invited
Really,
this.
I
He
it is
invited
a
this.
sports channel, but I like doing different things. So, but I love the humor there. Oh gosh, see now because the purple Lady V made a comment. Stunning now changed his avatar again.
Sorry.
You
Don't-
display things really well.
Yes.
No, your
Your dioramas
dioramas
are
and everything
wonderful.
are so blasted cool. Don't even go there. You just put that comment in there because you wanted us to tell people about
You
how
just want-
wonderful your dioramas are.
Yeah, well, he's
You just-
not the only one. Whoopa's having an issue because Whoopa's taken from this that crafting is basically the same thing as gaming.
Yes.
It is.
Yep.
Oh, that's your art stunning. Wow.
That's very
That's
good.
That
cool.
is
I like
amazing, stunning. That is very nice job. Oh, that is very, very cool. Definitely.
No, me and my husband have also found a lot of similarities between his gaming and my crafting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, how so?
Yeah, just stick a gaming picture there.
Well, I mean, just
I've got
yeah,
to
I
get
mean,
to
pretty
this level.
much.
I got to get to a level 100 today, but we're.
Oh, I'm barfing, I promise.
That's in watercolors. That's gorgeous, stunning. That is
That is
gorgeous.
wonderful. That is wonderful. And Stunning, put your channel link out there if you want, where people can find you. So, Whoopa's saying, buying more fabric while you have a ton of whips, buying more games on Steam Summer Sale while you have hundreds of games in the backlog. That's how he's costing.
That's one way.
Cool.
Yep.
Yes, and and on Epic, I don't buy them, but they have free games every week, and I get them. I'm never going to play this game, but I'm going to download it because guess what? It's free. Or
it's free, and what if you want to play it someday?
Yes, I'm going to play that horror shooter game. Yeah, no, probably
Maybe.
never. But
Well,
maybe, I guess.
maybe
I
for
guess.
Halloween. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's just the thought process. Maybe I don't know.
Absolutely,
Someday it's a
absolutely.
good deal.
Hello to the Comic Relief Crusaders. So, hey,
Yes,
you were never going to play it, but what if you do? Kind of like the
exactly,
fabric.
Exactly.
Yes.
exactly. Hmm.
And folks, check out more Stunning Braves. Great work here. Thank you, Mr. Angel, also. So, what if you decide you love? We're not sure, Whoopa.
Right?
Listen, I'm going to show the next one after this one. So.
What if I suddenly really like embroidery? I don't know. Maybe I will.
So I got to get all that stuff and have it.
Exactly, just in case, especially if it's on sale. I'm really saving myself money someday.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Uh-huh. I planned on telling a sewing joke, but I found I didn't have any material.
Off to the craft store.
Yep.
I must-
All right. Let me take this one, Mrs. At the request of Mr. Angel. Mr. Angel, in response, sent me a few memes too, but there's one that he said.
Yes, I am not over that motorbike build, Masters. I will never be over that.
No,
build.
I know that thing fell apart even before barely.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to do something, do it, so long as it's legal. Exactly. Good disclaimer.
Well, or you don't get caught.
Oh my
there
gosh.
You
go. All right, folks. Thank y'all for being here. I'm still amazed. You guys are rocking, and talk about our rocking special guest right now. So Bucky's crafted. So we'll look forward to seeing more. Great to meet you and talk to you for the first time. But
yeah.
Mr. Yeah, absolutely, and love to have you on Squirrel Streams and anything else going forward. But this, folks,
now that I know it works, I'd love to.
Yeah, it does, and folks, this kind of was a test stream to come out today, and I've been talking and threatening a craft or quilting stream, and I did not know today till this morning was National Quilt Day. But Mr. Angel has told me to bring out this, and I'd like y'all's reaction. There are rules of quilting. The 5 rules of quilting. All right. Number 1, don't bleed on the quilt.
True.
If you do, spit on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
No, because your saliva will break.
It's got like enzymes and stuff in it.
That's
your own spit works best. That's not a joke.
No, that's true. That's what you do.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Folks, this is how great these two are. They take funny and actually give you practical, real advice.
Well, no, you just gave us a list.
No, I know. Number 2, measure twice, cut once. That's like carpentry and stuff. Number 3, it's not a mistake. It's a creative opportunity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 4, there are no quilt police.
Unless you belong to certain, unless you go to certain quilt guilds where there are. But then you just look at them and you say, and you do what you want to do.
Can I share the story, Mrs. has been a part of 2 quilt guilds in the last couple of years.
Oh, I don't know what the story's going to be.
One was the nice little public library where they would kind of just chill. It's really laid back. But there's the one where they take dues, they elect officers, but you need to vote for the right people. And we take dues and we have money, but we just one of those.
They have money, but they won't spend it.
Right. Exactly. But the thing is they also, you should act this way. You should do this, because Mrs. and her friends were at the blacklisted table.
Yeah, we're at
the bad girls table.
The bad girl table.
And actually, I think there were times when they'd make an announcement about something and would look y'all's way, waiting for a reaction, right?
And they usually got it. Yes, they usually. Yeah, we were so bad because it wasn't fun. It's like, this should be fun,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying there shouldn't be order. I have no problem with that. But someone would bring a quilt, and it was obviously, it was not made with quilt quality fabric.
Yeah.
And they quilted themselves, and it was, to me, I was like, but you'd get the tables that would just kind of literally, well, not kind of, they would actually put their nose up in the air and kind of not even look at it. And I'm going, you guys are ass wipes. Excuse my language. Quilting should be fun. People should enjoy it and do what they want to do at their skill level, and not be afraid to come out. So we quit going there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
And number 5, rules. There are rules.
Yeah, there's one rule.
Don't bleed on the quilt.
Don't bleed.
Yes.
No. So one rule in quilting, honestly,
Wade.
is to make sure you got to have a consistent seam allowance. What it's normally
Yeah.
it's a 1/4 inch, but that's the only rule. Whatever it is, just be consistent in that whole quilt,
Mhm.
or you're going to
Yep.
have a problem. But
Yeah.
that's really the only rule there is.
But y'all are that's interesting about the spit, and y'all took that seriously too. And then Whoopa,
Well, it's
your own
true.
spit. How many people spit do you have, Bucky?
Well, no, because it's like if my friend poked their finger, then my spit wouldn't work as good, type of thing.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, if you bleed it, you got to spit on it.
Yep. Them's the consequences.
Phantom
Did you
Outsider
see
Sneak-
that the comic relief creator Crusader was here? I didn't know if you
Yeah,
saw
I did.
that.
I said hi to CRC
Oh,
earlier. I think I
okay,
did.
okay.
Hey, Crusader, good to see you. Phantom Outsider, seems like Bob Ross had a hand in these rules, except no mention of happy trees or happy clouds.
My feeling about quilting is, we did this one thing where we had a block we had to do every month.
Mhm.
It was really cool. It was an abstract kind of thing. One of them I couldn't get it to do. So everybody went up and showed their quilt, their little block, and they all got it right. And I said, "This is the damn it block," because
Yeah.
I couldn't. I tried 3 times. I couldn't get it. This is what we have, and this is my block. And
Yep.
you can say whatever you want. At least I got a block, and I was
There
happy
you
with
go.
it. I made the quilt that all those blocks into a quilt that I take with me everywhere. It goes camping. It goes in the car, everywhere.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
yeah, and they laughed because they got exactly, because they do. If anyone was going to do that, it'd be me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Whoopa's coming in. There should be order under Woodstoska, of course, because
That's why we don't have.
but do vote for Whoopa for president
Yes.
2024. He says he's going to
It's the only
campaign.
chance we've got.
Yeah.
You don't think I won't put it in as a write-in vote?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, dude, we need more PSAs and things like that. 20 people here, amazing, at 4:15.
So we need to.
On
You
a
20
Saturday
people
afternoon,
need
that's
to
amazing.
vote
So,
for Whoopa. Whoopa.
2 more y'all got to hit the
Whoopa.
like button. 2 more you got to hit the like button. But anyway, Snell Messiah's here. He says,
Hello.
"Happy belated birthday, Mrs. Deadman Walking. I hope you had a beautiful day."
I did. I had a very beautiful day. Thank you
And a
very,
wonderful
very
birthday
much.
stream. That was
Oh
fun
my
that night. You made me
gosh,
work my butt off. So I felt like Mr. Angel, but he, I mean, that was only one channel, but hey, thank you, Snell Messiah, for that. JT Kurt brings in what I was waiting to hear, the good old Fight Club reference.
Yes.
No, it's kind of the opposite. One rule about any crafting is you don't shut up about it if somebody asks.
Yes.
Too bad you asked that. This is your consequence.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Rubbing hands evilly.
Just, oh, what you making? Well, if you insist, let's get into it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, but always good to see Snell Messiah. Another one I need to talk to one day real soon. So,
yeah.
Lady V loves it. Love the concept. If you bleed it, you spit it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Vamp Queens are going to love it. So, hey.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
If I ever get merch, I'll put that on there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming by, Snell Messiah. It's all good. And yeah, so Mr. Angel has JT talking to JT girlfriend looks at my bloody hands and bandages. You had to be to the quilt club again, hey? Now we have it. Now we got Megatron for 2024. We got Whoopa Troopa for president 2024.
We gonna have a whole separate.
Oh gosh, are we gonna have to take and do a the primary?
Oh, but see, CRC said Whoopa Troopa just take over Canada too. I'm counting on it.
Well, we get Decepticon up there, and we get whoever. The Decepticon up there in Canada, and then we get Whoopa down here, and then they form an alliance. That's what they do.
Whoopstotska doesn't form alliances. Whoopstotska.
He said, "Don't worry,
he's
next." So yeah, he's
that
silent one you worry about.
Can have Canada.
Well, he's that silent one you got to worry about because he's so quiet when he goes to move and do stuff. So
yes.
All right, take care, CRC. Good to see you. Just got to get the daughter out. Hey, good luck moving and everything. That's always a fun thing. Also, sometimes hard for dads. So, so
These quilts seem dangerous as now they are making people bleed on their own.
Stunning wants Hawaii.
You want
Oh
you
yeah,
can
I
have
see
one.
right here. Yeah, yeah. So all right, spit shine it. So hey, all right, that's cool.
Well, if you're clumsy with your needles,
Yep. All right.
The bad thing is those rotary cutters. Ooh, if you get a sharp blade,
oh yeah,
Yep.
well no, the dull blades are what you got to watch out for because then you're using more force and you
yep,
can't be as controlled.
yep.
So yeah, no, people have lost some digits to that
Tips,
sort of thing.
tips of their
People,
fingers with that. Yep.
a lot of
So
people have
how
been to
sharp?
emergency room.
Y'all got to have those rotary cutters really sharp, I guess, to get a good clean cut on the
It's like
material.
Yeah.
with any blade,
Hmm.
even if you're cooking, if you're cutting meat or anything in a kitchen, if your blade is dull, you have more of a chance of hurting yourself because, like she said, you're putting more pressure on. And at least if you get cut with a sharp knife, a sharp blade, it's a
It's
clean
clean
cut.
rather than like a tear or a
Yeah.
rip.
So, you don't want to get cut
No,
at all. But,
I got
um,
you.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just the same as like using,
Masters
um,
is saying streams are wild, fast, and free. Are you ready for this, Bucky? As I am not.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
And
keep
Whoopa,
it on
losing digits. What does forgetting phone numbers have to do with anything?
not much.
Well, if you have it written down on your hand, like in the olden days.
Yes.
Howdy,
Yes.
Punkwaddle. Good to
Hey,
see you.
Hi,
Punkwaddle!
Punkwaddle!
All right, the penguin. We got the great Bucky's Crafting here with us today. And we invited on to show StreamYards and a quilting National Quilting Day discussion started, but it's been a blast. So, hey, here's another meme for you too, Mrs. I know you got a few of the. I got a sewing machine for my husband. Good trade, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't tell you how many sewing machines I have.
I only have 3.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 or 6 sewing machines. I
Dang it,
have
you're winning.
3 sergers.
I don't
probably
have
the
any
best.
sergers yet.
Probably the best one is that one that's like a table. It wasn't your grandmother's. The one that's like inside of a.
I've got 2 of those.
I've
Mrs.
got one. Yes, I like that one. That one I got at a yard sale.
Mm.
And I
Now,
have one
family.
that
It's
I
all
have
metal. It's heavy.
Yeah.
So it's
And
good.
Bucky,
I
go
have
ahead.
I have one of those. Both of them are wood. Well, one of them has some cast iron. But one of them is probably from like this. I'd say the 70s, probably.
Mhm.
Um, and that was from a friend. But then another one that my husband and I found a few years ago is over 100 years old, and it's
Mhm.
one of the singers, and like it comes up and like it looks like that picture did. Like the
Yes.
real old. The iron. I love it. It's a
Yeah.
treadle, like hasn't been
I
converted.
would have loved that's one thing I don't have is a treadle. I do have a
Hmm.
hand crank sewing machine,
Oh, that's cool.
and I have it's the small oh my gosh, what are they called? The small singers in the cases that are old. Um,
Mrs. always looks out for singer.
it depends on, yeah, the old singers, I've got some old singers. But yeah, the one that I bought when I was in college, I bought a computerized one.
Hmm.
And I can still sew straight stitches, but I think the motherboard has gone on it, and I'm not
Mm,
going to replace it. It's too heavy to carry around. I'll just use
yeah.
it for straight stitches, and yeah. So
Yeah, then my other one's just a brother. I found out recently, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about on
Oh, you can put it
YouTube.
in. What's your
is it
just
about
type
brands?
It's
oh you can't type in the
Singer
private chat.
during World War One and World War Two
It just
made.
used, yeah, they just kind of did. Yeah, it
Certain
just use a
countries.
lot of abbreviations in certain countries, and people will get what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not really sure how to say it without getting in
yeah,
trouble
getting
because you
hit.
don't know
Oh
what's
yeah,
gonna get you.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can use a
Can you?
general word like that. Yeah, at least
Well,
mine.
like
Okay.
you can't use like the in a word if that's
No,
um
if you're talking about weapons and firearms, I mean,
Well,
oh
Singer used to make like
Yeah.
handguns
Oh,
during
yeah.
World War I and World War II, and they actually like were really, really good.
Yeah.
Well,
And
they
like they're
are because a
these
lot of
days they'll go for over $100,000.
well,
Yeah.
because at that time, a lot of the industries, they quit making what they were doing, and they went all toward the war effort.
Yeah, but like
Um,
they
Oh
did
wow.
like some of the best ones, which is
Look at
what's
this.
impressive.
Look at what JT. They put the stream up on the big TV, so we have 4 watching, not just 1.
oh, wow.
Yay! Thank
Yay!
you. Hopefully, y'all are
Woo!
having fun. Still, get everybody's phone. Go out there, get them to Dead Man Walking 55. Subscribe and like. I'm kidding.
I think I've
But
already
no,
got you
thank y'all.
subscribed on my husband's
No,
phone.
I was telling JT to no, so
All
Oh
those
yeah,
kids
there you
get
get
go.
to watch.
everybody's phones and do it. But no, hey, thanks. So, and we got the missus here and Bucky's crafting. But hey, that's an
I told
honor.
my husband to watch, but he wanted to watch his anime, so I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
okay,
fine.
love to.
You've already heard about my craft projects. I see how it is.
All right, Mrs.
We'll
I
go over
wanted
them again later.
not talking about quilting, but I wanted to going back to crocheting. I've been collecting a lot of amigurumi. I think I'm saying that correctly. Patterns, and I so want to do that. That's a completely different kind. It's not a different kind of technique, but
It is if
it's
you
just
want the stitches to be like even.
yeah, you got to do a really tight and the
That's
hidden stitches and stuff. I'm really, really
like I
looking
can't.
forward to doing that.
I find them so interesting, but after having tried it, it's very much I have learned to appreciate the amount of work that goes into it
I
because
have
just
made
my hands hurt doing it so tightly.
I made a couple of the Mario mushrooms, and they're
Oh,
just
that's
so
cute.
adorable, and that I want to make more. I want to do more of that. Um, but that's a fun thing I want to attempt
Hmm.
to do. Okay,
Yeah.
we have another craft one. Okay, go ahead,
All
Dad,
right.
man.
All right, I'm going to, and then I'm going to let you do a few here. Me at the craft store, which I think is a wife. Should I buy this fabric? Head, no. Wallet, no. Craft room, please, no. Husband, crap, no. Me, I'll take 3 yards.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Uh,
never buy a fabric that's not on sale.
No, I will say that she always looks to go affordable, and especially when one of the things places it was July 4th and Black Friday every year.
And
They
I would
had
try
like
to buy my
quite
year's worth of fabric
right,
there.
mhm.
So we
exactly.
had a little
Such deep
we
discounts.
had a little
So
we actually joked
even
with
did it
the
out of town too one year.
we joked at the manager at one of the stores. I had a receipt that was probably what do you want to say, 12 feet long?
That's probably about right.
I mean, it was huge, and I joked and I said, "You know, you need to take and, on because they started their, Black Friday sales on Wednesday, and then they had Thursday off, and then they did Friday, Saturday, and Sunday." And I said, "You need to take and on Sunday, whoever, um, has the longest receipt or spent the most money or something like that, you need to take and give them a gift, a $5 gift card, you know." And
Yeah, just a little something.
I was just kind of joking. They go like, they're like, okay. And I said, so, you know, my receipt was huge. I said, okay, I'll see you on Sunday and see if I won. And I
Uh,
and they gave me the $5 gift card on
wow,
Sunday. They
I
said
I bet
remember
they
that.
did.
I
they said
was there.
nobody was
Yeah,
even close. Nobody was even
that was
close.
that's funny. Well, I'm going to show one more of the memes, and then I'll let you go over the others. But hey, because I think this is great from the husband's standpoint. Don't worry, honey. It's not hoarding if it's fabric.
That's true.
Exactly.
Because it has
Exactly.
it has a purpose.
Yes.
Mhm.
Fabric you can keep
And
if you
it's
keep it in good condition. Thread is the only thing you cannot hoard.
yeah, thread can deteriorate.
Yes.
You know,
Is
then
that due?
obviously the
Is that
fabric you have to keep it in good places so it doesn't get,
Yeah.
does the
moth
thread?
eaten or
Is
none
it
of that.
because the thread is so thin? Is that why?
Yeah, it just yeah,
Kinda.
yeah, it just kind of I don't know why, but it ages and you could sew with it, but then the stitches break and then your fabric falls
Mhm.
apart. So you can
If
initially work with it, but then it doesn't necessarily stay. So I
I
just
think part of it might be like humidity and things like that
mhm.
affect it more because it's thinner.
And it is thread is actually just it's not one long piece. It's actually done just like how you do yarn or anything else. It's spun. So
Mhm.
that can affect that
Hmm.
too.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting to know. So, folks, we've got 17 still watching with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. We've got Mrs. Dadman Walking 55, who you all know, and the great one and only incomparable, very outspoken and opinionated. We love it when she gives Whoopa Troopa a hard time. And she first thing gave me a hard time with the business. Bucky's Crafting, always a pleasure and great to see you and have you on today. We got a few more memes to go, and if you still have comments and stuff or questions, feel free to share it. So, if it foams, oh yes, to his future muse, don't worry, babe, it's not hoarding if it's foam scraps. Yes, I tell you, I've
Well,
seen
yeah,
you
because then you
recycle.
can still
Yeah,
make something with
Yes,
them.
especially if
yeah.
you're doing a diorama, you need
'Cause
those little
otherwise, you
bits
have
and
to buy it
pieces.
again.
Yes.
Well, Lady V's still doing stuff. But I had to toss some threads a while back. Didn't realize it expires till she used it and kept wadding up in the sewing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess Bucky, don't throw input latency into it.
Oh no, he
Bucky is an expert at giving people a hard time. Yep.
Well, they
That's
probably
okay.
input
deserve.
deserves it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they
He
probably.
deserves it more than Whoopa.
Oh, wow. That's something.
Input's my brother, so I can say what I want.
Ah, okay. There you go. All right.
Yeah, man. You know what? See, my thing is, I don't even say what you want. Say what you want.
I would anyways, but
But this
I say it to him in person too, in front of our mom and dad and everything.
There you go. That's
He's
the
used to
spirit.
it. If anyone's used to it, it's him. I promise.
yes. Yeah, and I think as crafters, like Stunning said, you keep the scraps because with his dioramas, he uses them to make rocks. You always keep your little bits. Your
Well, something you
yarn,
can
which
use them
isn't
for.
quite long, you really don't have enough to make a project, but you're like, "Yeah, I'll use that, so you find something to do with all those little scrap
I like
pieces.
I like putting them in just like a big glass jar.
Oh,
Uh, it looks so pretty, and it's like, oh, look at all the things that I have finished though.
yes. Yeah, these are the yarns I have used. Yeah, I keep fabric scraps, and I sometimes cut them down when I do it. But yeah, you have all your fabric, and then you have
Hmm.
a grocery bag full of scraps. Why are you keeping the
We don't
scraps?
talk
Why
about
don't
that
you
one.
just throw them away? Well, because there is going to be that one quilt that I need a 2 by 3 inch piece of fabric, and I
Yeah,
can look
so if you
here in
just
the
need a
shed,
tiny piece,
but
and
you just
do
don't
you
want to
really want
buy
me to go buy a whole new
3 yards
piece of
because you
fabric?
have to buy 3 yards. It's a required
Well, yeah, I
law.
mean, you might as well. It is actually written down in all the fabric stores rules that you
Yes,
have to buy at least 3 yards.
yes. There's a minimum.
Don't check that.
Yeah. Yes. A minimum, yes. And
Yes.
I like standing behind my projects for photos because it works better than any weight loss program I've ever tried.
I am
Hold the
so
Can't
quilt
even
glad.
up.
tell.
Get in front of the quilt. No, this is okay.
I am
No,
so glad
I'm
I
fine back
saw.
here.
Yay, there you go. I'm so glad Mr. Angel had sent me that one, but I'm glad I let you.
Oh, you
I held
did
off.
use it. Oh,
Exactly. So Bucky's is. God, have you done that? Show that. Can you show that again? Let me bring
which
you
one?
up.
This? What I,
Actually, hold on a sec. Sorry,
no,
sorry,
it's
my bad.
fine.
Do you want me to do it?
No,
I'm used
no,
to
I'll
getting
put her
kicked out of
solo up.
places.
There, now show it.
There you go.
Show
Now
it.
show it. See.
So,
Oh, that's a
When did
cute
you
one.
start that?
Those are like little.
this one I've actually been working on all year. It's a temperature project.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh,
I'm
those are
about a
cool.
week behind. But,
So
yeah, so
each
that's been all of
flower.
each little granny square. It's got here, I'll a little closer. It's got the low and then the high. And the white squares are just kind of blanks because I have it by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, etc. across.
Oh,
So, yeah.
really cool.
That is
So
something.
that's the weather for my non-disclosed area.
That is really okay. Let's look at it. We're going to figure out where you're at. No.
Oh no. Well, you'd have to figure out my key for my colors first. At that
Ah.
point, if you figure out where I live based on that, you deserve to know where I live.
Yeah.
Well, we hope nobody from
Yeah.
there's that one.
I live in Michigan, you know that. I talk about it
Yeah.
too much, but
Well, JT Kirk's a Michigander. We got some great
For
Michiganders
me,
up there.
with my notebooks, it's not hoarding if I write in all of them.
Yep.
Even if you write
true.
on one page.
Yep. Cannot have enough notebooks. Lady V, you and the
No.
missus would get very well along. The other day we've had to throw out some notebooks, And the other day, Mrs. was mourning that we
Well,
had gotten
the
rid of some of
actual
them.
binders, notebooks, I think they're talking about that actually have paper in them.
Oh, okay,
I
gotcha.
but
Sorry.
I love anything office supply-ish. That's
Yeah, I have
another
to
weird
control
thing I do
myself.
28
about
years
things.
of marriage, and I've only had to buy one piece of jewelry. But she loves, she loves stuff
But for
practical and power tools. You know,
I
the
love
1 year with
power
the power
tools.
tools. Although my mom did not understand you, and that was
He
funny.
took him for Christmas one year. He got me a set of power tools, of cordless power tools, and kept them at his mom's house, and she just didn't understand. Why would you get that for her? That she why? Because that's what she asked for. And I have actually wore out two two saws
Hmm.
um, just by the use of them. So yeah,
Well, you did
I
like the
love
deep
power
fryer
tools.
I gave you,
I
so I
hated the deep fryer you
was
got
trying
us.
to eat at home too.
We got
So
a deep fryer, then using it made apparent our wiring issue in the kitchen. So, because I was telling my mom, I was like, we were just trying to make some bedtime fries, and she's like, "What bedtime fries?" I'm like, "Yeah, fries. You have a bedtime. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?"
yeah, well, of course, of course. And you
It's like,
probably empathize with this one here.
well, yeah.
Yep.
oh yeah, I have been yeah, I know not to touch the sewing
For many
scissors.
Yeah.
people, it's a hard learned lesson.
Yes, I
Oh
have
yeah.
gingers. You don't touch my gingers.
Oh yeah, no,
No, no, I will kill
no.
you.
Yeah,
But
You
they
will
look
be my
so much just like the others.
No,
It's
they
like,
do not.
well, you put them with the others
I
sometimes, and I
do
get confused.
not.
Well,
they
you
have it
find any
printed on
more?
the side what it is.
Yes.
Well, they look
I tie
okay.
ribbon around the ones you're not allowed to touch.
See, that's what I was saying.
I
Saying
love you,
28 years of
co-host
marriage.
Vic. Yes,
Yeah,
anything.
28
Yes.
years of marriage, and I've only had to buy power tools, one piece of jewelry, and she loves stationery and office supplies. What kind of man won't? She doesn't bankrupt me on. That's why, that's why the quilting stuff at times, was kind of the splurge, So, and also he wanted to tell you that he got a sticker book from the St. Louis Art Museum on the trip.
Ooh, how
It's fun.
cool. Oh, I love books like those. I
Well, Corey,
really
you've been living in a lot of different places, so
Stunning. I did you mean to say bookshelf?
no, he said the bottom. I think he said that on purpose because nobody likes the bottom shelves.
I do put books on my bottom shelf. Or I have a bowling ball that's got the um, characters from Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids. And so I use that because it's heavy and it'll hold the bookshelf from tipping over.
Fair. I put stuff on the bottom shelf that I don't mind my kids getting into.
Yeah. Yeah. You're at that age where your kids are at that age.
Yeah.
Mine are old enough now that they,
Oh, my
they don't.
son's so
It was
nosy.
intentional. It was intentional.
Oh, stunning, stunning. I gotta love you.
All right. Well, that is it.
I'm in a really good place right now, not emotionally. I'm just at a fabric store
Yup.
or a yarn store or
Yup.
when they did scrapbooking, a scrapbooking store. Yes, yes. Mhm. I have been
Little
looking
retail
at
therapy.
yes. I've been origami. I love doing origami. Yeah, also I find that very um soothing.
I used
Well,
to do
the
a
So
lot of
one year,
that,
the
yeah.
1 year was it 1,000 cranes that you made?
a couple years every year for if we put up a Christmas tree, it's decorated differently. I never use the same ornaments twice, and once I'm done with it, I either just throw them away or I donate them or whatever. A couple years, I think it was our last Christmas tree that we put up. um, I did origami cranes, and I folded 1,000 origami cranes, and they were hanging on the tree. It was really pretty. I should find that sometime and show it. But
And
I
how
took
much?
all of them and then I put them in crate 2 boxes, and they're displayed where you could see all the cranes. I was trying to
Oh,
figure
that's
out because I
cool.
wanted to keep them
And
because
hello to Wes Cagle. Sorry,
yeah, no, hey,
sorry. Yeah, but it was like the whole Christmas tree, and it was
yeah.
so they were very systematically placed. They
Yes,
were
I had
very
them like
aligned well.
rainbow. they they did like
Yeah.
rainbow colors. So each strip had all the different
It was it. I think I just like. How many was it again? Was it 1,000?
1,000.
It's just to take all the time to do those and then to align them the way you did so much was so crazy. But
Well, yeah, because that's like a superstition thing. If you make 1,000 paper cranes, then
Within a year. Within a
you get to
year.
make a wish or something.
Yeah, your wish will come true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
They
yeah,
also
that's
had that
cute.
with origami stars. If you take
mm.
the
Hmm.
star, I want to do this and start it 1 year
Now,
and January
mhm.
1st, where if you do make an origami star, but before you do, you write something about that day, positive about that
Oh,
day.
that's cute.
And so you are good that happened that day or whatever. Then you make the star and you put it in the thing. And then at the end of the year, you open them all up and you read all the stuff that happened to you throughout the year.
Hmm.
They
So,
might be kind of tricky to unfold, but even just having a jar of like, wow, look
yeah.
at all those good moments I had.
Yes,
Yep.
You
exactly,
know, that'd
exactly.
just be real nice.
Well, folks, make sure you hit that like button. We're close to 20, but Wes Cagle, good to see you. He said he put videos and DVDs till his room flooded. And well, yeah. One thing with it being
Yeah.
on the bottom, and Punk Waddle is saying, ironically,
Yes.
scrapbooking was a huge thing, and then the iPhones and digital photo storage became the norm. Oh,
Yes,
I
but they
Hmm.
can actually make digital photo books now. You basically do digital scrapbooking now instead
Yep.
of buying the
I
papers and
remember you had
things.
Cricket and all this other stuff,
Yeah,
and I
I got
do.
tons of scrapbooks and now I'm done. I will probably never scrapbook again.
I mean, but it's like those memories when the kids were
Oh,
smaller and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
That's the because we don't have them on the phones and all that.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, exactly. Corey said he's got 4 fabric stores and a Hobby Lobby here in his small city.
Yeah. Quilting oh, I'm so sorry. Didn't
Especially,
mean to
when you've got stuff. All right,
bless those who do the dishes while I
you're
quilt.
welcome.
Yes,
There you
thank
go. Yep.
behind every quilter is a big pile of fabric.
Now, that's true. All right, let's take a question on real quick, Mrs. If you want to do that, and we'll see how. I'm not sure how to answer it, but how we go here. Y'all might have some ideas. All right.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you want to pull the picture down. No.
I
JT
use a
asks, JT asks, are the big box crafting stores decent when it comes to ethically made fabrics, yarn, materials? How do you avoid getting sweatshop components in your projects?
well,
With those, I feel like your best chance is to just pay attention to brands.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Um,
when I get fabrics, I look where it's made. I do not buy fabric made from China. Number one, because it sucks. It's horrible. I will buy
mhm.
fabric that's made in the Philippines or South Korea, Malaysia. They're usually they're better quality, but they're not done. A lot of fabric is not done by hand, so it's
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
mechanically. A
mhm.
lot of that I get for um, I look at the name for the quality. Um, and the thing with China is it's just it's just not made well. You can feel
Mhm.
the two. I can feel two pieces of fabric, and usually I can tell you which one was if one was made in China and one was made somewhere else. But that's for that. Um, but some stuff, it like you say, is kind of hard. Um, I do
Yeah,
look
you
where
just
it's made.
mhm.
That is a big thing. I do
That
look.
can be a big indicator, but again, just paying attention to brands as well. Um, but to be entirely honest, it's still hard to find brands where it's like, oh yeah, they're definitely doing completely ethical stuff
Mhm.
because it's kind of hard to get really big, to the point where you're, in
Yes.
every craft store, uh, and like Walmart and things like that without doing some
Yeah.
shady things, especially if you're, oh yeah, this is a budget priced material.
Mhm.
Uh, it's like, okay, between the cost of the material itself and then shipping, and then, it needs to be sold, and you still need to make a profit to be able to get anywhere.
Mhm.
It's like if this is being sold for $3, how much is the person that's making it like actually getting a cut of that?
Right. Right.
So like it's just when it comes to that stuff, If you want to be really careful, your best chance is probably like small independent businesses. But I also understand that that's not really
It's
sustainable for a lot of people.
12 to $16 a yard for a piece of fabric
Yeah,
is
or I've
difficult sometimes,
$50 for a skein of yarn,
Yeah,
and you need like six for a sweater, and it's just
yeah.
like,
Yeah, you just can't do that.
so.
It's very difficult. Um, I don't I don't know how, um I think I see things like I would always would like to try to, repurpose or upcycle stuff. Um,
Mhm,
there are sites like for fabric. There is tons of surplus fabric that gets thrown into landfills, and there are
mhm,
people. I'm not going to say companies. There are people that are getting this stuff, and some of them are fantastic fabrics. That it was a fashion
just went out of
designer
fashion,
who no,
just
it's
went
a
out of
fashion
style.
designer, they got it, they tried it, they didn't like it, so they just throw it away. And, it'd be nice if they could take and instead of throwing it away, say, "Okay, let's market this, let's, bundle it up, whatever, and let's have them go to some of these stores where they can sell." But they don't wanna do that. They don't have
Mhm,
time for that. So there you can do stuff like that that can help our environment repurpose, things like that. Um
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll be honest, I do get some stuff through at thrift stores and things, and, you can repurpose clothes
mhm,
into fabric, and
yep,
things like that, and that helps with our environment. A lot of it not knowing, a lot of the big companies, big brands, they do use, um, labor that is cheaper. Um Some of it is not that they're, at slave prices, but they're
mhm,
still very barely minimum wage,
yeah,
living wage stuff. And it's a hard one because a lot of times you don't know. You don't,
and then
you can kind of look and see where something is made. I mean, Christmas lights is huge, um, using labor that they're
Wow. But
exploiting labor.
and like
But,
Bucky
you
said that.
know
I mean, your choice is $16 an hour a skein. $16 a foot or $50 a skein.
but you
mhm.
can find
It's
them.
so
What I'm
expensive.
saying is you have to look, and sometimes you have to do a little research, and,
But then
sometimes
there is also the factor of, it's like, okay, this person might be getting
Mhm.
paid pennies for this, per skein, for example, they're getting a few pennies, they can pump out enough to make $3 a day. Well, in the place that they're at, they only like $10 worth, like US dollars, which they're making the equivalent of. That's enough for them to live off of.
yeah. That's why I say
So it's
saying
just
I say
it's
living
tricky.
wage. I say a
Yeah.
living wage.
Yep.
Whatever the living wage is where they're at, if they
Mhm.
can make that. A lot of times it's
Yep.
not, and it's exploitative, and
Yeah.
it's even in the fashion
Mhm.
places here. Even, it's Nike.
Right.
I don't know if they were really there was a really big thing a while ago about where they get their shoes made, manufactured at. And so you just got to do your research and decide, well, maybe if there's a big sale, I'll, get some of the stuff that I think is more ethically,
Ethically.
ethically is
There's
the
a
wrong word.
difference.
Ethically, a very big, ethically sourced.
Well, let's take a
Mhm.
look at a couple things. Stunning talked about kinetic sand. I have no idea what kinetic sand
That
is.
would
So
be
Oh,
please
that'd
very
be
clarify.
neat.
interesting.
What is
Keep it out of your
kinetic
carpet.
sand? What is
It's
kinetic
like
sand?
the moon sand. Have you seen those commercials and stuff?
It's
Mm,
like you can squeeze it and it stays in place.
Yeah, my kids love that stuff, and
oh,
my
okay.
mother-in-law, but
Well,
it's
fan
really
out.
fun. A lot of people like the texture.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Phantom Outsider said, as a kid, I was banned for life from a fabric store because of jealousy. I was spinning all the reams, but the sound got the notice of the people in the store. They liked it. The owner, however, did not like
Because the
it, and
people
no
in the
fabric
store
ever touched the floor. I never
because
went there
the
again.
people in the store didn't have to worry about that fabric touching the floor, even though it never did. Because once that fabric got dirty, those people in the store would say, no, I don't want to pay $10 a yard for that. I want you to give it to me at $5 a yard, which then now means you get no profit over
Yeah.
that part that was damaged.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
even though you were careful, the owner would have been the one if you screwed up.
And thank you, Corey.
And they are on such a tight string.
Yeah.
My sister used to own a store, and yes, the margin of profit is so tight there. Yeah, you freak out when kids come in with an ice cream cone in their hand, and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
please,
had a
no
similar
food,
experience with an
please,
old
no
tyrant
food.
lady of my mom's, one of her customers, because they were a manager of a store in a mall, and I was just playing with a price tag, and anyway, she had an issue. But Corey says, and this is a big thank you, Corey. I learned a lot from all your streams as I look up things I not know we had in town. Well, good. We're
Very
here to help,
cool.
and if you can learn stuff along the way, learn with me on some of these streams that we do. Absolutely, Mrs. Do you have any more? He said he was spinning counterclockwise, so no fabric was ever coming off the reams.
Yeah, but to
Once
be fair,
again,
even just touching it unnecessarily, because like that's why a lot of quilt shows they'll have it where
you
because
don't
they didn't
touch
know
it
how dirty
without
your hands
gloves.
are. But like with quilts, you don't touch it without gloves, or you're just not allowed to touch it. They'll have it
The
like
music,
It's
framed
not that
even
they're
with glass
dirty. It's
sometimes.
not that
the
they're dirty. It's just
Well,
your
no,
natural oils.
your
And you do
oils.
have so many
And if you
people
have
touching.
hundreds of people doing that,
when the
then it gets
Mrs. knows
dirty.
how oily my skin, my work computer, you can see where my fingertips have been, and stuff like that. Mrs. Like at the quilt museum, they had when she came, she had gloves on, and she had like a stick to turn it around to the back. She didn't even use the glove to touch it. It was a stick or something. Remember?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, I
And
mean,
we got the polar
then you
bear
don't
here.
know.
We
I
made it
was
long enough.
Florida
The polar bear's
Pumas.
here.
I want humans and other critters.
And Snortopoopas, this is Bucky's Crafting.
It's
Hello.
me.
Yes.
It's her.
It is
Yes.
proof that I'm not an AI creation.
Uh,
Or just a Whoopa creating a false identity out there to give himself a little hard, somebody on channel to give
Yeah,
a hard time to.
just give him a hard time, get him attention. That
uh,
sounds like something he would do.
yes.
Yes, exactly. But hey, welcome. So,
The only place a housework comes before quilting is in the dictionary.
Yep,
Dinosaurs didn't quilt. Now they're extinct. Coincidence? You tell me.
they just got too cold.
Dinosaurs also didn't crochet or knit
Mm-hmm.
either. Hmm. Yep, yep, yep. Aren't you supposed to be quilting or crocheting? Yes, I'll listen to you, Mr. Murray. In my dream world, fabric is free and quilting makes you thin.
Well, if you get sucked into your project good enough, just starve yourself on accident.
Yes. Yep. Whoops.
but how do you
Whoops.
when you have kids and spouse around trying to get attention? Where's the food?
Yeah, that's my real problem. My
Yes.
daughter's always going, I'm hungry. I need crackers. And I'm like, your lunch is still in front of you.
You need to make a little area where they can go that they're allowed to go to and they can get their snacks.
Well, I had that, but then they'd still come up and be like, open this. I'm like, you know how to open it. Or my son, my wonderful, lovely little boy, who I love so
Mhm.
much, will just throw them everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Everywhere. And it's like, and then he likes to step on them. And it's like, I don't think you need snacks within your reach anymore. My daughter will open it for him to do that.
Oh no. At least if
Like,
it's on a hard tile floor, but I mean, if they do it in carpeting, ugh.
yeah, and then it gets under places and gets onto like blankets that they decide to throw on the floor. And it's like, you guys, come on. That wasn't necessary.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
I do focus. And then all of a sudden I'll go, I'm getting dizzy. I'm hungry.
Or 9 o'clock at night. What are we having for dinner? I'm saying down the
Yep.
hallway.
And I'm
Like,
saying you can walk 3 feet and get your own Don't you see I'm busy quilting? Or what,
I don't know
lady?
what you're gonna make.
Yes.
Make some for me too.
there you go. Oh,
Okay, here we go.
all right.
You haven't had enough coffee
We don't see. Oh, there you go.
until you can thread your sewing machine while it's running.
That's impressive.
Yes. I'm really hard to distract while you have to. Hey, look, fabric.
Where?
I always, whenever we see yard sales, I'm like looking to see what they have because I always
Mhm.
love it when you see like fabrics and stuff. Sometimes you can get some good stuff, any craft supplies. I one time this lady was selling all her beading stuff, and I
Mhm.
thought, well, I'll incorporate beading into some of my quilts and things like that. Some of my more fancier ones that you
Mhm.
wouldn't necessarily sleep on. And so I bought it all, and then I didn't use it. And then I had a lady friend that beaded, and so I said, "Oh, here's your bead." She was so happy to have all of them. So I figured,
Yeah.
yeah, I got it as a gift.
There you go. I've got
Yes,
my
squirrels with fabric. Yes,
Yes.
snorter poopus.
my aunt. She had a little job at a little craft store, and all her paycheck would go back into that little craft store, and she'd just bring home lots of yarn and beads and all sorts of stuff.
Mhm.
Um, and she's kind of, she doesn't have that job anymore. She's like, I'm not gonna use this, so I've been getting a lot of it. Which, it's like that's where I've gotten like the, $30-$40 skeins of yarn.
Yeah.
Uh, but then, also a lot of beads, which like some of them I kept, but a lot of them, my friend's like, oh, I really want to learn how to like make jewelry. And I'm like, I've got you.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
worry.
Here's the thing. When we got married, I made my wedding dress.
Oh,
And
that's
Mhm.
cool.
we
Oh
got
yeah.
married a year to the day that we met. So we
Mhm.
met on January 13th and we got married January 13th the next year. Well, not
Oh,
only
that's
did
cute.
I make my own wedding dress, I beaded it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Every
I did
craft shop,
beading.
every store buying this
Yes.
certain
They
few
weren't the
types of beads.
expensive beads. They
But
were the cheap
we
beads. I
bought
don't
them out everywhere we went.
Yes, it was
Yeah,
like,
but
"I
still,
need this
man.
size beads, and I need this size beads, and I need these beads." And, if it wasn't for my one sister helped me do the sleeves, because the sleeves were lace and the beads were around
Mhm.
all the motifs, and the bodice was the lace over, satin, and then
Mhm.
they were beaded. The entire flower was beaded, so it wasn't
Mhm.
That
just
sounds
an
amazing.
outline of it. It was heavy.
Oh, I
God,
bet.
I was so grateful I didn't decide to bead the skirt part of it.
Mhm.
But,
I
yeah,
mean, literally,
I
she's at
couldn't
work.
I
She is at work
I'm at
beading
work
while she's at
beading.
work because of the
Yeah.
way she thought she could do it. At home, she was doing it. At church, she was beading. It was like everywhere
He
she
one
was
time
beading.
said, "Can we go see a movie?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Why not? Why can't we go?" I said, "Because I am beading. Leave me
Yep.
alone. After we're
No,
married, we'll go see a movie." I said,
no, it
"Stop it.
was. Hey, babe, why
You'll
not
see."
go? Let's. No, it was. Hey, babe, why not go see a movie? Let's go. It wasn't
Yeah,
what
right.
you did.
Yeah. I can't get out of the sewing room. The fabric has accepted me as one of their own, and if I leave now, I might lose their trust.
Dull.
Mhm. And then it won't work with you.
No,
No.
it won't. It won't let you cut it right. There'll be a quarter of an inch. Hello, my name is. I can't say that.
Inigo
Uh,
Montoya. You
Inigo
used my
Montoya.
sewing scissors on paper. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die. Prepare to die. Inigo Montoya. I used. Yes, don't
Hello,
use
my
our
name
I
is
sewing
had I
Inigo
had an
scissors.
old
Montoya.
pair. Like I'll admit, I understand the temptation because I had an old pair that I didn't use for anything because I had a nicer pair, and I would
Mhm.
use that on paper, and it's like, oh, that does work nice, doesn't it? I see the temptation. I see
Yes,
the
yes.
but
And that's when he stabbed you with the knitting needles.
What's this? What?
oh, I've got some sharp
Yes.
ones. One of my friends
Oh,
was teasing me, and I'm like, you want to feel how sharp this is? He was like, oh yeah.
yeah.
Ooh,
They're
By the way,
sharp.
ooh. I was like, yeah.
Whoopa did say, to be frank, it's still possible you are an AI creation.
A very
AI
good
couldn't
one.
make this up.
Yes.
Nope.
I promise.
This is what society thinks we do. Whoops. Oh no, I went too far. This is what our grandkids think we do. This is what we want to be doing. This is what we should be doing. This is what our husbands think we're doing.
I mean,
And this is what we're actually doing. Oh, I love my fabric. Actually, those are all empty things. So I think that's what's even funnier. These are all empty. There's no fabric on those whatsoever.
That is so. That's wow.
That is so true.
yep.
That is so true.
Yep, we got that. And yes, Lady V, yeah, because once you use them on the paper, you gotta get a new pair. Yep.
Yep. Or you got to pay to get them.
Well, you gotta pay to get them sharpened. Yeah, you
Get
can
'em
take them to
resharpened.
fabric stores and
Thank
stuff
you.
to get 'em
JT
sharpened.
said thank you. He learned a lot and love the show. They
Yes.
gotta get dinner going. So
Yes,
Have
we're gonna
fun.
finish these.
Yeah,
memes
I gotta.
here.
thank you.
Yes. How
I
many
gotta be getting dinner
Christmas?
made too.
What?
Yep,
You're
exactly.
starting? We'll zip through these really fast. That might be the last one. I think that's the last one. Okay, we have
Yay!
finished the memes.
Woo!
Yay!
The only thing I
Yay!
wanted to say real quick before JT left is like he said, I recommend a nice fully synthetic 5W30 for your oils. I did not realize that motor oil is not what it used to be. All these cars are using all these synthetic blends. What we grew up, we're talking about difficulty of doing things now. Just you got the technology changing, keeping up with it because you can't take regular old motor oil and just throw it in stuff now. So I just thought it was another, like we had talked about earlier with doing your own work on so many things. So
Yep.
maybe another time, JT, we can talk about that further on a man's car stream or something. But
Oh, excuse me.
what?
No.
That's when you're one of the guys, like how
A car stream. It does not have to be just men. Women,
Okay.
they're very.
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
no, like we've got what was it?
We've got a
Mr.
bunch
Angel
of
and
here.
we'll bring them
Matt-
on the girls stream.
Yeah, there you go.
The crafting stream.
Okay, I'm down for
Yes.
that. I'm down for that.
Behave.
That's
Okay.
all good.
Even Dad Man's welcome to join the crafting stream if he learns to do a craft by then.
Yes.
I can occasionally get lucky with a craft, so
He can do stuff. He can. Well, we've been almost streaming for 2 hours now, and it's almost time for people to make
I
dinner.
need to show.
It is time for dinner.
I know. I want to.
Do you want me to show those two?
Yes, go ahead and show those two while I work to get Bucky
Okay.
and your links out there real quick.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that. Let me find these two here really quick to throw them up there. Our first stream that we have, let me present this. Let me share this. Let me get here. Let me get here. Let me do this. Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to have a chill chat. Dad Man is actually with a chill chat all about Ghostbusters with Masters Maniac Mexico and maybe another guest. We are not sure yet, but all things Ghostbusters will be talked about on Sunday at 2 p.m.
Even
Eastern Time.
2016.
That is all things. That is all things.
I'm just specifically saying it for Masters. If he's still out there, this is his time to go to war with me over Ghostbusters 2016.
Yes. So yes,
it'll be fun.
Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and there will also be on Wednesday a ghost busting and rambling. Dadman and our youngest Angelo, they do a special stream. It's normally called Walking and Rambling, where they just talk about whatever comes to mind. It's kind of a squirrel channel, but a little bit more controlled. This one is ghost busting and rambling, and they will have a special guest, Hungry Boy. This will be Wednesday at 9 p.m. So be there or be squared. Dun 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 dun. And that's all I'll do of that tune because I don't want us to get copyright stricken.
Oh yeah, because the whole controversy about that song and the Huey Lewis song, and
yes, well,
I don't think it's that close enough of it.
Yes, the guy admitted it. It. He's like, "Oh crap, I didn't realize subconsciously I did that." But yes,
well,
it wasn't
it's
done
only a little part of the song, though.
But anyway, we have the Sunday show at 2 p.m. with Masters, and we have this show at 9 p.m. on Wednesday with Ang and hungry boy.
No.
So there we
And
go.
Mrs., I put your link in the chat. So if you would go real quickly, bring it up and talk about what you've got coming.
On my shows, I do a 10 a.m. morning music show. No, you put PM. That is wrong. No, you do not catch me daily 10 p.m. That is incorrect.
Okay, fine. I'll add it.
But at 10 a.m., excuse me. So I do a morning music show every morning. Come by and have some fun. We do puzzles some days. We do birthday celebrations, just whatever. We laugh, we have fun. That is 10 a.m. every morning. That is wrong. Please don't put that
I know.
up.
I was trying to copy and paste. I didn't realize it'd pop up like that.
Gosh. So
Jeez.
I do that. I am planning on sometime next week, probably Thursday, doing the Big Ben or Elizabeth Tower that was gifted to me by Daisy and Liam. I'm believing I'm going to do that on Thursday. It's still up in the air, but that's pretty much all I have for next week. I'm going to try to do a build stream at least one every week. I got a really cool one for my birthday, which was cherry blossoms and a house with waterfalls on it, which is 3,200 pieces. So that one's going to be insane. Probably take a couple days to do that one. But yes, so check out my channel. And yes, Dabman now did it correctly. Here we go. There we go. At 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you there. And yes, here we go. Bucky, talk about your channel. I'm going to move you up here so that we can see you. There we go.
Well, my channel, which I haven't done a lot on recently because life's been lifing, but I'm hoping to get back into. Basically, I'm just trying to do some crafting tutorials. I mostly do crochet, but I've got a couple other things in the works. Just showing how to do some crafts. One of the things I like doing is I have shorts of just some simple stitches so that you could just watch it over and over and over rather than having to go back and back and back in a video.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant to do that.
But yeah, I mean, just tutorials. If you have anything that you're like, hey, how do you do that? Let me know, and I might try to do a video. Maybe I won't. We'll see.
It'll be there. We'll be there. If you can do it, you might.
I might.
That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Go over there and subscribe to Bucky's channel.
Yep. Put the pressure on me.
Now. You got 131 now. So
and get those numbers up. And then when she starts streaming, she'll be even closer to being monetized. Yes.
Hey, there we go.
Yay.
Yes. Like my goal is to make my channel self-sufficient so that I don't have to take out money from the others. But yeah.
Let me say hello real quick to the great, the one, the only Hungry Boy. Hungry, how are you tonight?
Hello, Hungry.
Been up too long, but he says, dang, Bucky is lovely. So
I'm taken, mister.
He is he's always the romantic and complimentary of everybody that he comes across in. Oh, he loves your sweater shirt combo, so cream plus blue is fab. So all right.
Well, thank you.
All right. So with that being said, we still have 18 people with us today at this time. It's amazing after 2 hours. And you guys have stayed through. You've made it a lot of fun, Bucky. And we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight.
I consider myself an entertaining person.
I agree. I don't
know if it's one of my better or worse qualities, but
oh yeah, Bucky. He said he's not flirting. He's just an excellent so. Yeah, and Stunning turns everybody to another version of him when he shows up. Oh my goodness! So, but yeah, I mean, I would love to get you in the Fortnite one we talked about before. You definitely be rocking with that with Fortnite with us if we do. And
I'll do my Fortnite homework. Yes, Dad Man.
Oh, you just sucked all the fun out of everything now. Thanks a lot.
You guys. All right.
I wanted to do my crocheting. I gotta play video games.
Yes, exactly. Oh God, I love it. It's too funny. But we'll go ahead and close up. We have hit the 2 hour mark officially. Thank you, Bucky's Crafting. Let me go through a few things really quick. The missus talked about tomorrow at 2, all things Ghostbusters with Masters Maniac Mexico at 2 p.m. tomorrow. 9 o'clock Wednesday night, it'll be Ghostbusting and Walking with Ang. Those are thumbnail for tomorrow. And also Wednesday night will be with Ang and Hungry Boy at 9 p.m. Eastern. Come out. Hey, Punkwater likes video games. Yes, I know we've gotten him into Fortnite too a while back. So he's playing more and more these days. But you folks go ahead, join us for some of these other streams. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, because Twitter is a good. If you get on Twitter for nothing else, but if you do want to get around gaming or streaming stuff, it's tends to be one of the best ways to communicate and get word out among groups and peoples and stuff like that. Just avoid all the drama everywhere else. Just use it as an informational exchange site, and then you should be okay. But real
Get
quick,
Twitter, follow Dad, man. That's all you need.
There you go. There you go. Appreciate that.
And the missus.
And the missus. Absolutely. We need
So
her.
you know when she's live.
Exactly.
Yes.
But her before me. Mrs. and I play date night, Fortnite, sometimes just the two of us. This art was given to us by Stunning and Brave Megatron
For our anniversary.
for our anniversary.
Oh, that's cute.
So he did that, and last son of Kay named him Banana Peely.
Banana. No.
Banana Bond.
Banana Bond and
Miss Monkey Penny.
Miss Monkey Penny. Yes.
So, but hey, God, here, Phantom. Sorry, never heard the 2 hours of Fortnite.
Shut up, Phantom.
Oh, and Lady
Take
V
no
That is
fun.
not a rule.
Yeah, Lady V said it's fun to place a face with a name. Great person, all of you. Thank you. So, do you like Ghostbusters Afterlife?
I don't watch a lot of movies.
Hmm.
I think my husband liked that one, but like we got it on DVD. I have a hard time paying attention.
I got you. That's the thing for people, and because I tell you what will happen is if you like the old original ones, you probably like Afterlife. And hello, Zachariah 315.
Hello.
Don't tell anyone, but I haven't seen the old ones. I've only seen the 2016 one. I used to like it because I liked Chris Hemsworth, but nah, not anymore.
It will be our secret.
Shh.
Okay, thanks. Don't tell anybody.
I won't tell anybody.
Cool.
Don't
And I'm
worry.
sitting here doing the finger up to my mouth. Like
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Like people
Hey.
can see me.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'll take the bullets for you. I defend the movie, and it's kind of interesting for the fun of it. So, but yes, only 2016. Hey, it happens, It happens. So, hey, but it was more.
As far as movies, I just watch Lord of the Rings over and over.
That's not
And
bad.
shows One Piece. That's it.
Have you seen the extended cuts the
That's
Lord of the Rings?
my favorite. I wore out my DVDs because I watched them so much. Both the extended edition movies and all the behind the scenes. It skips really bad now.
A few weeks ago, we had in our theaters, they had back to back of the Lord of the
I
Rings.
know, I saw that, and I was looking up if anywhere near us was doing it, and there wasn't.
Like
I was so sad.
12 hours of, I will say near the end, I was kind of getting tired, but I ate well that day. That's really cool. And Emily Gangadine is here.
Hello.
Hey, good to just see you. So, oh gosh, gasp. No quality to see the original.
Well, Bucky doesn't do a lot of quilting, so that'll be okay.
Huh. Nah. I crochet and knit and
There you go.
tat
Well,
and
yes. Well, see, Vic, this is something. Join us tomorrow and have your input in the chat, because there are criticisms I have with it, but yeah, there's a lot to it. Join me and Masters tomorrow. We'll deal with it then. But I know Bucky's got people. We've been 2 hours. God, it's amazing how time flies like this. So also Tuesday night, we're starting our first weekly sports show with Sci-Fi Mommy, Whoopa Troopa, and JT Kirk. Make sure you come. We're going to make sports fun.
can't wait to come derail that.
Exactly. That's fine. We like it, derail. We'll have a sports ball and then knitting talk breaks out. So So do this, and I'm going through really a lot of our chill chats or something come random, where I go live, maybe play a game, maybe have one person on Fortnite with friends, randoms also at this point. Late night with Dad Man and Friends. These are our original squirrel streams where we covered 25 topics in like 4 hours one night. We bounced tree to tree, nut to nut, and there you go, Sci-Fi Mommy. Woo! Even if you don't like sports, come. We try to make it fun. We tell jokes and all stuff like that.
Whoop is there to harass, so it's a good time.
Exactly. I agree, Hungry, and come tomorrow. We'll have some fun. But join
And
us.
hello,
This is
Emily.
like
Hello, Emily.
by the way.
Yay!
Absolutely. And I think that is. Oh yes, live streams and VODs. YouTube.com, Twitch.tv, and follow me on Twitter at DadmanWalking55. If there's no G, it ain't me. So make sure you join us for that. I think I've said everything.
I need to put that at the bottom of that slide.
That might be a news. The whole story is that somebody decided to. There's a false, but they don't have the G, and they use the avatar out there. So it's not me. So actually, it started some crap somewhere. So, but if it doesn't have a G, it ain't me. So. All right, folks. Well, I think with 18, make sure y'all hit the like. Make sure you hit the. Oh God. Oh well, lady might show up to friendly troll it. I think I know which one of those other accounts are. I think it might have something to do with the state of Georgia, I believe, and kind of on fire. But folks, follow us and look. Even if you don't like sports ball, come hang out with us Tuesday night. We make sports fun, and we'll teach the game like we did today with teaching people, answering questions about crafting. I've learned a lot. Others have learned a lot. Don't be afraid. We like teaching and experimenting, getting into new things altogether. So any last words, Bucky's Crafting?
Well, now that you say last words, my mind's just going to the last words of the pirate in One Piece.
What is that? I wonder.
You want my treasure? You can have it. I gathered it all together in one place. Now you just have to find it.
Love it, love it.
I'm planning on those being my last words. I got a while, but
put it on your have it. This is what I want on my tombstone.
Yep.
My gray marker. Yep.
Well, Mrs. Any last thoughts?
The One
So
Piece
he changed it. He said thoughts. I was going to say any last words. That I was
last words for you.
What are your last words, Mrs.?
Bye.
Oh, there you go. I do know. I know which one. That's the account I was wondering one night about. Was kind of like, that's interesting. Hey, and so began the great pirate age. Punk Water here.
Okay, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do too much of the theme song. I don't want to get it dinged.
Don't worry. I make musical noises all the time. It doesn't. It all happens.
Don't start. I'll do the whole thing, music and everything. It's a problem.
It's an illness. It's an illness.
I've done that more than once with Bohemian Rhapsody, which is not a short song.
No, oh my gosh.
Going on completely a cappella?
Yeah, I'll sing it and then also do the musical parts singing.
Oh, wow. I love that though.
Mostly over voice chat. It really bothers people.
Oh, I can imagine you could drive Whoopa crazy with that. I love it though. I think that's fun. So, all right, no Pirates of Penzance, okay? No.
I am a major model of a model major general.
Yeah, I do know what I was going to say before I distracted myself. We are saying goodbye because I know Bucky's got to go too. That be ready for me to go live again a little bit later, probably with Fortnite or something, because I'm back home and
He's ready to stream.
I'm ready to play Fortnite too. It's been a while, so and catch me on karaoke at Rambling Canucks and Jedi Bills later if they have them. Make sure you check out those channels and come hang out on a Saturday night and listen to us goof off and sing a bit. But on that note, I've got to say goodbye, everybody. 15 of y'all still here. Make sure you've hit that like button. We've got like 25 likes. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe and make sure you are still subscribed to mine or the Mrs. channels because people mysteriously get unsubscribed at times. Please
and turn on alerts.
Yes, turn on the alerts and make sure you also subscribe and get to Bucky's Crafting and go check out what she's done so far and drop a like and message.
Harass me.
Yes, harass her. Oh, you might join
Show me how to
karaoke.
do this. I want to know how to do this. I want to know about Tunisian crochet.
Oh yeah, that's
All
a
right.
whole separate thing. Yeah.
Yes, it is. We're not going to start that now. Goodbye.
Yeah, no, we can't. We don't.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, all. Have a good night.
Bye.